3, 2, 1.
Obi Trice, real name, no gimmicks.
Who are you?
He had a voice that could make a wolverine purr.
That's what I'm talking about, man.
Wait a minute. I know you.
You got a name tag. You're in my world now, Grandma.
I know that, dude.
He's a modern-day Yoda.
I'm your huckleberry.
Allow myself to introduce myself.
Greetings and salutations.
We came, we saw, we kicked its ass.
You're excited. Feel these nipples.
That boy is good.
Mm-hmm. Good and terrible.
Well, I have a microphone, and you don't.
So you will listen to every damn word I have to say!
This is the Mike Rutherford Show on the Big X.
Sportos, motorheads, geek bloods, wastoids, dweebies, they all adore him. They think he's a righteous dude.
The Mike Rutherford Show, presented by United Mechanical, your trusted partner for commercial and industrial HVAC, electrical, plumbing, and refrigeration. Call United Mechanical at 502-339-1133.
Well, I'll stand up next to a mountain. I'll chop it down to the edge of my head.
All right. Welcome, everybody. It is Monday, August 24th. This is the Mike Rutherford Show. We're coming to you live from the world-famous University of Louisville College of Business Studios here in the heart of almost game week, Louisville, Kentucky. Hey, Cards fans. Take your career to new heights with an MBA from the University of Louisville. The full-time MBA is an innovative 12-month program that accelerates your career trajectory with convenient in-person evening classes, competitive 11-month paid internship opportunities provided with valuable industry experience. It is the MBA that pays. Get started today and earn your degree in just 1 year and feel like you're being paid to do so in the process. The first step is hopping on the interwebs and visiting business.louisville.edu. We're on the air today from 2:37 until 5:30 here on 1450 AM, 96.1 FM. We are streaming across the planet Earth, including on the Thornton's Big X Sports Radio Louisville YouTube stream. We are airing live on WBNA Channel 21. You know us better as the Big X. It's Mike Rutherford and Trevor Kelsey. And it is, folks, the last non-game week Monday for quite a bit. This time, 7 days from now, it'll be all things Ole Miss. It'll be all things Louisville football. It'll be all things 2026, 2027. U of L athletic season is now in full swing. For now, though, we still have things to talk about. We had a second fall camp scrimmage on Friday. Jeff Brom had a little bit of a different storyline after this one than he did after the first one. We'll talk about that. We've got more 5-for-5 madness going on in the world of college sports. UK lands their big fish. How much does this change their outlook for the upcoming season? Do they have a better roster than Louisville? Is TJ Walker correct? We can dive into that a little bit. I know a lot of you on both sides of the aisle have been diving into that for the past 48 hours. We've got a follow-up question to the wild events from Friday that was brought to me, well, but by someone in college basketball that maybe, I feel like maybe I didn't do my due diligence on Friday with one of the events that happened. We'll talk about that. I'll pose the question to Trevor in the text line and see what you guys have to say and maybe revisit my stance. We're going to do all that good stuff. The Gameday Mens Health text line's already popping at 502-414-1450. That is the number to weigh in today with your questions, your comments, your concerns, whatever you got. You can also comment on the Thornton's YouTube stream there on the right side. We'll take comments from there as well. Trevor Kelsey's in the house today. He is the walking wounded. We've been dealing with a tennis elbow in both elbows for a while now, and now I just see you just limping your way outside. I'm worried about you if you're falling apart right now, Trev.
I mean, I'm like 2 weeks away from you walking in here and watching Trevor like roll through like in a rascal, like I'm George Costanza.
It may be about rascal time.
Yeah, I mean, so yeah. As you mentioned, I've had tennis elbow in both my left and right arm, despite never playing tennis. So and then Saturday I woke up and I don't know how it came to be, but apparently I pulled like my groin in my left side.
Sleeping?
So my right side. I must have done it while I was sleeping. I've got tennis elbow.
Classic sleeping groin pull.
So now I've got tennis elbow without having played tennis. I've got a groin pull despite for 2 weeks never touching my groin because I have tennis elbow in my right arm.
I thought you were going to say despite never having used your groin.
Well, anytime soon. I'm it's not getting a pull, let alone having it be pulled. So I don't know. And then my foot was kind of messing with me a little bit. It's like, I mean, what can I get that I don't have any reason to get? Am I going to wake up like in a few days and have like dancer's hip? Or I don't know, like athlete's foot? I mean, things again, I have no reason to have because I'm not an athlete and I sure as hell don't dance. Well,
gonorrhea?
I mean, that one makes sense because of the way sometimes I eat. But
that's not what gonorrhea is.
Isn't gonorrhea the pooping?
No, that's diarrhea.
Oh, my bad. Oh, gonorrhea.
Gonorrhea is a sexually transmitted disease.
Oh, yeah, and I can't get that from sitting on the toilet seat.
Did you really not know the difference between gonorrhea and diarrhea?
I just wasn't thinking. I just wasn't thinking for a second. I do know it, yes. Gonorrhea is when it burns, right?
One of the ones that burns.
One of the ones that burns.
So I'm told.
Well, I'm sure Jed York knows about gonorrhea. But what happens when you slum for $1.40?
If for anybody who didn't see that story, Jed York,
we'll get into it in a second, I'm sure.
Yeah, I mean, that's one of the most insane things that I've ever seen. Like, rich people are extremely unpredictable and bizarre to me. This is one of the more bizarre things I've ever seen a rich person do.
Yeah.
We'll get there.
Because he's in my ear. He's taking my girls. That's my price range.
He's stepping in on your territory.
Oh, yeah. This is like when the skinny kids were buying 4X shirts back in the day. I'm like, quit buying my clothes. You don't need it. So, yeah, it was kind of a weird, so yesterday you saw me kind of limp just to even get my half between show cigarettes there.
Yeah, you were struggling.
I do have crutches. I was going to bring them, but for some reason I was like, you know what, it's not that bad. I think I can make it through. And just that little trip right there, I was like, why the bleep did I not bring those crutches?
I may get you a
rascal. I could have used them right there.
I may get you a rascal for Christmas with like a big X logo on the side. Can we get somebody to step up and sponsor a rascal for Trevor? Like the Thornton.
Well, how would I get to work? Can I drive it on the road? Am I just taking the rascal from my house to here?
A giant van. It can fit in the van.
Well, that's true. That's a good point. Yeah. So yesterday I pretty much spent in the Kelsey manor. Saturday was fun because I had my fancy draft. I sent you my Weebay video, which I loved.
Jesus. Okay. How much do you think a rascal scooter costs?
Oh, you're looking it up. I would say get me a cheap one, but we saw what happened.
How much do you think the cheapest rascal scooter costs?
500?
More.
1,000?
Less.
800.
Close. 700. Is the cheapest that I see here.
And that's the one that's probably the brakes are going to go out when I'm going downhill, like George Costanza.
Yeah. Like the standard ones, the good ones are like $1,500. I love that they have like a basket in the front. It's just like a bike. It's like an upgrade. If you want the basket, you got to pay extra.
Okay, no offense. If I'm paying like $1,500, then that thing is taking me to work. Like, I might as well just get a moped and just drive the moped around here. Because I've had cars I've spent less than almost $1,500 on.
I would love for a sponsor to step up and be like, yeah, we're not going to pay $1,000 for a couple live remotes. We do want to, however, have our signage and branding all over Trevor's new Rascal scooter.
Could you see me just riding down Westport Road in the scooter on the Rascal on the way here to work? Like, beep, beep, come on, guys. We got to get on the air by noon or I'm screwed.
The Louisville Tennis Center, Trevor Rascal.
I didn't end up doing stands and just picking it up and carrying it, running down the street with it.
Look, there's a branding opportunity out there for somebody. If you want your name out there a little bit more than it is right now, $1,000 for a Rascal scooter for Trev. Let's go.
Come on. Let's do it.
Make it happen.
So, yeah, Saturday was fun. As I said, essentially a Weebay video, which I was really proud of.
You did.
And then
you had a video of Weebay cameo
from The Wire.
From The Wire, congratulate you, giving like a pep talk to your entire fantasy football league, and congratulating you on being the king stays the king of your fantasy league. Personal shout out to you. That was very cool. I enjoyed watching that.
Our league manager, I've given him crap on this show before for some of his antics, but Mike Polevchik, I'll give you love and throw your name out there. He buys those each the last 5 or 6 years out of his own money. Like he does that and forever the chance. Like we had the guy before me was a Packer guy. We had Antonio Freeman do it last year for him. So and he knows I'm a big Weebay fan, so he went with that route. So that was cool. Sunday, because of the groin pull, man, I know this sounds crazy, but it was like a day of just me. I mean, I walked and moved literally less than I normally do.
That sounds not shocking.
Which is like right borderline, right there between death. There's probably people who are in a morgue that maybe have more movement than I did last night or yesterday. So I just sat around and watched a buttload of movies. I think that's the scientific term. Watched a few Seinfelds, played around the internet. So didn't watch a trilogy, though. I watched the Mummy and the Mummy Returns, Stand By Me, and Guess Who's Coming to Dinner. That was my evening. Okay. And then 3 hours of Seinfeld on Comedy Central in between. Okay. So, yeah, exciting day for weekend for Trevor. Hopefully the week will get better as I heal. But how was the weekend in the Rutherford bunch?
It was solid. It was pretty good. We went out. We went to the club on Saturday. A little lakeside action. Just,
had lunch at the club.
Hobnobbing it with the elites of the elites out there.
Lobster and steak.
Feeding me grapes off the vine as I'm lounging in the baby pool. It was wonderful.
Sadly, I picture that right now.
That's not how it goes at all. But we only a couple. I guess the pool closes like a week from today.
Whenever you say.
Whenever we say it does. I guess 2 weeks from today. So not many pool days left. But we went out there and we wanted to get the kids out and kind of get them tired because we knew that we were going out on Saturday night. And we wanted to you want to make things as easy on the babysitter as possible. So
why?
Just it's kids staying up to like 11 p.m. it's not fun for anybody.
You're paying them, right?
Well, yeah, but
you're probably paying them well. I think.
It's a lot.
Yeah,
it's a lot. Childcare's expensive.
So make them earn it, man. Come on.
Well,
I'd be giving my kids pixie sticks before I walk out the door.
No. Why would you make it purposely harder on somebody? We don't want our kids staying up till 11 o'clock anyway and then sleeping until forever the next day.
I want that babysitter earning that $20 an hour.
But we went out on Saturday night. It was we had a buddy's birthday. It is kind of funny. Like his birthday is 3 days? Oh, it's I guess today, or was it yesterday? Now I'm struggling to remember if it's
what day it is.
24th. Sorry, Daniel. But his birthday's always right around mine, so we used to always have kind of impromptu joint celebrations. And now whenever they do something for him, I like to just act like it's for me. When we go there, I'm like, "Happy birthday to me!" But they went to dinner. So a couple of the other friends that were going out, we went to Lulu on Market, the Lulu that's down there in Nulu. And shout out to my guy Nick Valvano. I did not realize that he is now like running the place, like managing the place. I see him walking around like, Nicky. And
do you not work over at the radio station anymore?
He does.
Okay.
He's a jack of all trades. He's out there working 15 jobs, trying to make a living. That's what you have to do when you're producing radio.
I understand
as you understand. But it was good to see him, and then we had a good time, had some drinks, and then walked over to Last Refuge, which is it's like the Bob Dylan created bar. But I guess it's based on the liquor that he created.
Okay.
And it's in an old church, and nice place. We got treated like third class citizens there. Like it was, they tried to like not let some of our people in because they were at capacity. There's nobody there. The outside area, it's like just everybody sitting there. It was a very I've never, and I don't mind saying this. If you work there and you listen to the show, or you have a stake in the place and you listen to the show, my apologies. But I don't think I've been to a place in the last 10 years where the staff was just more completely rude than it was. It was just like just everywhere you went, like they're acting like it's some sort of chore to do a drink, to like create a drink for you. I'm like, you're at the bar. There's 6 of you. Like this is literally your job. I just ordered a drink.
It wasn't like within an hour of closing or anything, was it? Or
no. I mean, it was just it was very strange. I felt like we had people that were waiting outside in a line, and they're like, we don't have they were like, they're calling us, and they're like, they're saying that they're at capacity. And I'm looking around like, well, there's 15 tables out here with nobody sitting there. I don't know what they think capacity is, but it was very strange. We still had a good time. It was very nice. I love being out. I say I love being out, but I knew once I'd had like 4 beers and we're moving on. We're going to like a mixed drink or two. I'm like, I'm going to be out tomorrow. I'm going to be a zombie tomorrow. And that's exactly what happened.
Well, now I don't feel bad about sending you that video at like 12:30 when I sent it. I was like, you'll see it tomorrow. You were still out up having a good time when I sent it.
We were back home by 11:30, but I was still up, and we stayed up to like 1. Like we're hanging
watching
out,
Sopranos,
watching Sopranos, watching some other stuff, just enjoying the night, and it was a good time. I saw the video for sure. I think I was out in the back porch, just hanging out.
Let me ask you this question, because you bring up a birthday party, and this kind of makes me interesting. Something I learned at our draft. So we added in a guy who had been out of the league since like 2019. I think I told you on like Friday we had our first passing, unfortunately, in the league, and so we brought this gentleman back to replace him. And I didn't notice until the draft that it was the draft on Saturday was also his 40th birthday.
Ah.
And his wife apparently had made this like big plan, like this party to do for like his 40th. And he was like, I can't do it. We can't do it. I've got a fantasy football draft to go to. Could that fly with?
No.
I mean, anybody. Like, I'm assuming he only had to do, like, when I saw him, I'm like, Justin, you got to tell me how you convinced her because it's got to, I mean, I might use it at a bar picking up a girl. If you can convince, that, I don't know how you're married still. And he was like, oh, no, she wasn't too happy, but she's okay. But I'm like, keep her. Don't ever let her go anywhere if she's not
Yeah,
gonna,
that's
if she hasn't divorced you for this, you hang on to her, dude.
I don't think, not only would this not fly in I can't think of a friend that I have who has a wife that would be okay with it.
I mean, because it's not like a random 34th or
40's a big deal.
It's a big 4-0, but he'd been let go from the league, like I said, and he wanted back in. He's been wanting back in, and so he wasn't going to miss this opportunity. I'm curious if he would have like just even been like, "Honey, bye." Like, I know, don't leave the kids if you want, but you know, I'm going. I just couldn't. I still he won't tell me exactly what he said, but I feel like he's going to be going to a lot of operas and like chick flicks. Is that the proper term for a long time now?
Maybe.
Yeah.
We had we did our draft order drawing on Sunday, but it was back at Saints, and I was like, one night out, I can't. I can't pull two in a row. I don't want to. So it was this deal where
you have a collection of people just to do the order.
Oh yeah, it's the draft order is a big deal for us.
Okay,
we always make it a big thing, but shockingly, the people that were in person for the draft somehow got like all the best picks, and the people that weren't, you know, I'm not calling shenanigans, but
yeah, I've seen this in the league.
You know, I'm back in the league. All of a sudden, I'm drafting 6th. You know, although I will say, I think the last time that I did win the league, I drafted 6th, and when I got relegated, I drafted 1st. So you know, your pick is what you make it. So I'm not going to flip out about this, but I thought it was a little bit of shenanigans. But we had we were out and about yesterday. Virginia had her second volleyball game.
Did you win?
We won the match. It was very similar to the first match. Dropped the first set 27-25. Came back, dominated the second set. They did play it. We had time to play a third set. We won that. So took it 2-1. She did not get her serve over the net. She only served once. But my niece Audrey got 2 over, which was a big deal. We were very excited about that. And Virginia almost returned a serve over the net, which was a big deal. She bumped it after it got over and it hit the net, which at this level is like basically like hitting a 3-pointer. If you make contact with a serve, like we all cheer, it's great. Because I think we did return like 2 as a team in this match, but it's rare. Typically, we had a lot of aces in 6 and 7-year-old volleyball, but that was exciting. We're now 2-0 on the season. We're feeling good. That was fun, and then we went to the mall for like 3 hours somehow. I don't know how. You know, we're the only people in 2026 that spend more than 15 minutes at the mall.
The mall or Oxmoor? Is the Mall St. Matthews?
Oxmoor.
Okay, that's Oxmoor. The mall is Mall St. Matthews.
Whatever. This is what we call the mall. It's changed. It flipped but when we were growing up, Mall St. Matthews I feel like was kind of the nicer mall, the hotter mall, the cooler mall, and now it's kind of flipped back to Oxmoor. So whatever's the cooler mall is what just gets the mall designation. So we were there for a long time because the kids wanted to go there, and that was basically my Sunday. That was it. And I was like just dead. I'm like sweating because I'm still not feeling great from the night before, but that's okay. It was a good week.
We had 2 different Sundays, I'll say that much.
We had 2, well, you know, a lot of, you were having the Sunday that I was wishing I could have, where I just didn't move and just didn't do anything, just lay down and, you know.
But by the way, this is the last fantasy football draft reference I'll make, I swear, for the rest of the show. Because I know you'll appreciate this. So we do an auction draft where you just, nominate players, right? So since I was league champion, I was supposed to nominate. This might come as a shock. By the time we started our draft at like 8 o'clock, throughout the entire day leading in, by the time the draft started, I was, safe to say, a little fried. And they were like, all right, Trevor, let's get this draft going. Let's go. And I'm like, number one nomination, Bjorn Robinson. And they're all just looking at me, and I'm like, what, guys, for $1? Come on, anybody going to bid? They're just looking at me, I'm like, Bjorn Robinson. And finally, the guy Justin, I just remember looking at me and goes, do you mean Bijan? And I'm like,
Jesus.
Yeah.
Well, Ronnie Brown.
So our mutual friend Ryan Miles did win Bjorn Robinson, and apparently his new team name is like Bjorn Borg Robinson.
Bjorn's boys.
Yeah, Bjorn something. He's got like a picture of Bjorn Robin. Yeah, it's. I just like as soon as I thought I was like, damn, this is something Mike would like.
Yeah, I mean, I also like that.
I was looking at me. I'm like, I had no idea I had said the wrong name.
I think it was last year when there was some sort of interview with him, and he was like, "My name is actually pronounced Bijan."
Bijan, I thought it was Bijan is what we were saying.
Everybody did. Like,
yeah.
We've all, like, announcers, everybody's been calling him Bijan Robinson since he's been in the, and he was like, they kind of just started calling me Bijan in college, and I just didn't correct anybody because I wasn't that big of a deal, like, early on in my college career, and then I just haven't corrected. He's like, it's Bijan is how my name is actually pronounced.
You say it's
and like, we all collectively, I think we all saw that as a sporting public, and we're like, yeah, we've come too far, man. We can't call you that now. It's
change it.
You're Bijan now. You're up there in age now. We're not changing the way we say your name. Sorry.
Wasn't Joe Theismann, his name's supposed to be pronounced Theismann or something?
No, I did not know that.
And he literally just accepted the name change so they could rhyme Theismann with Heisman when he was in college.
There are these types of stories, I feel like, where players have been very public for 10, 15 years, and they're finally like, yeah, so that's not how you say my name.
You have to feel awkward. What have you been interviewing the guy pretending you're like, that'd be like such a tool.
It's very strange. All right, let's take our first break. When we come back, we're going to talk a little 5 for 5. I want to review something that happened on Friday, and there was a new perspective on it that was brought to my eyes by somebody in the college basketball world, and I want to pose the question that he posed to me to all of you people, because I'm not sure that we did our due diligence during Friday's show. I'll explain after the break. Keep it locked right here. It's the Mike Rutherford Show. Back after this here on 1450 and 96.1 Big X Sports Radio.
The Eastern boys and Western girls. Western girls.
John Spears for M&M Cartage. You see those trucks riding down the road with the M&M Cartage sign? You could be a driver or work as a mechanic on one of those trucks. For 45 years, M&M Cartage has been a locally family-owned transportation company, and they're currently hiring those drivers and mechanics. To join their team, go online to mmcartage.com to apply. Headquartered in Louisville with locations in Cincinnati, Indianapolis, Morristown, Tennessee, and Detroit. That's mmcartage.com to apply.
Guns, gears, and great deals. Say it with me. Everything concealed carry. With over 1,000 firearms in stock, you'll find exactly what you're looking for. Shop SIG, Smith & Wesson, HK, Glock, and more. Plus the best selection of used guns in Louisville. Looking for premium? Check out Kimber, Dan Wesson at Wilson Combat. We pay cash for guns, and we always have specials. Visit Everything Concealed Carry, 10306 Taylorsville Road in the heart of J-Town. Everything Concealed Carry, your best shot at a great deal.
Options. When it comes to insurance, that's exactly what you deserve. I'm Chad Hennessy with InsureMax, and I've been proudly serving the Louisville area for over 25 years. As an independent agent, we work with Auto Owners Insurance to find coverage that fits you, not the other way around. InsureMax delivers strength, service, and peace of mind through partners like Auto Owners Insurance. More choices, more options. Call me, Chad Hennessy, at 502-479-4085.
If you've been hurt in a car accident or hurt on the job, there's only one law firm to call. Call my friend Tony at the Collier Law Firm at 502-736-8141. Tony will get you paid. This guy used to work for the insurance company, so he knows the other team's playbook. Tony's a diehard Cardinal fan. His family's from Portland and Shively, and he grew up in Fern Creek. With that combination, you know this man can fight and win. In an accident or hurt on the job, call Collier Law Firm. That's Colyer Law Firm. Call today.
Hello, I'm Todd Metter, President and founder of TCAM Financial Services. I've been blessed to serve clients in the financial services industry since 1993, and I've learned it's never too little, never too late to take control of your finances and enjoy the fruits of your labor. Listen to my live call-in show on Wednesdays from 6 to 7 p.m. on WGTK 970. A Nickel and a Plan Finance show is real talk about all things money, done with a musical twist. Tune in and even join in as we talk markets, investment strategies, financial planning, risk management, how the financial services industry really works, and more. Listen to replays of A Nickel and a Plan Finance show on Saturday mornings at 8 a.m. on Big X Sports 96.1 FM and 1450 AM. For more information about the services TKM offers, online at tkmfsllc.com or 450-PLAN, that's 450-7526. TCAM Financial Services. Comprehensive in approach, client first, in nature.
Defining a new era in men's health, Gameday Men's Health delivers real results. No shortcuts. From testosterone replacement, weight loss, to peptides, vitamins, and sexual performance therapy, they will have you covered. From their in-house lab that gives you answers in just 15 minutes in our clinic that is designed for men who value speed, privacy, and most importantly, results. Visit GamedayMensHealth.com. Real men, real science, real change. Visit GamedayMensHealth.com.
This is Dugan Ryan. I would love the opportunity to talk with you about how we can help grow your business and have your business's brand associated with Big X Sports Radio. Give me a call today at 812-725-1457.
Sunny and pleasant today with low humidity and highs in the low 80s. For tomorrow, we keep the low humidity and the sunshine. Will be a touch warmer with highs in the low to mid 80s. Will gradually warm up for the end of the week as we add in some isolated rain chances. From the Wave News Storm Tracking Team, I'm meteorologist Tawana Andrew.
This is Kentuckiana's only locally owned sports talk, The Big X, AM 1450 and 96.1 FM, WXVW Jeffersonville.
What I want, you've got, and it might be hard to handle. But like a flame that burns a candle, the candle feeds the flame. Yeah, what I got, full stock of thoughts.
This is feel good fun Monday music.
Yeah, I did play this for a reason.
Oh, really?
You know who this is?
Hall & Oates, right?
No, it's DuckTales.
Oh, that's why I sent you that.
I like how you
make my dreams come true.
Yeah, now you cannot hear it. Tell me, I mean.
I did. I sent this video to you that's on Instagram.
I mean, that's the DuckTales beginning open right there.
Where they sync up this song with the DuckTales theme, the instrumental, and it does sound exactly the same.
I mean, yeah, I can't not hear it.
What I want.
I mean, that is DuckTales move.
Yeah, it's the same. It's a very good.
Do you think if you're Hall & Oates, or probably I don't think you can see it. I'm wearing a Hall & Oates t-shirt today.
Oh, you are?
Yeah, I don't know if you can see the.
I can just kind of see that it's like two
blurry,
dudes.
Yeah, it's just two dudes.
Just two dudes.
That's not just two dudes, my friend.
Just two dudes doing
Hall
something.
and Oates.
Okay.
Do you think they like?
I'm not coming back for Oates.
What is that from?
It's Family Guy.
Don't
Don't worry, I'm coming back for you too, Oates. I'm not coming back for Oates.
I don't know that reference, but I loved it. It made me laugh regardless. If I'm them, like if you came across that, wouldn't you at some point you're like, I mean, they owe me some royalties, right?
Do you really want to go to war with DuckTales in 2026
with Disney?
It's like the show hasn't been on since 1993.
Yeah, but it's still on like Disney Plus and stuff, right? You can get some residuals out of this.
Probably could. I
mean, I'd take it.
What if Hall & Oates actually did the DuckTales theme? Who knows? Who knows?
Who did Chippendales?
We haven't looked it up, so we don't know. It is the 3 o'clock hour here at the Rutherford Show, 1450, 96.1, Big X Sports Radio. Let's start with this. There are things that I want to get to. Volleyball had a uneven weekend out there in Milwaukee. The high school football season kicked off on Friday. There's some thoughts to have about that, including a future Cardinal who absolutely dominated his first week of his senior season. But, Friday there was a lot going on. We had, Seth Trimble's been officially announced. Seth Trimble's ineligible. London Johnson's kicked off the team. This, that, and the other is taking place. We had a lot to get to. I had a text conversation with, this is a mid-major basketball coach. It's not Doug Davenport.
This is one of your anonymous reports?
Yes. I mean, it's not a report. It's just he was asking a question about stuff that's happening in Louisville. He was like, this was basically what he was saying. Because I think we sort of glossed over the London Johnson news about him being kicked off the team. And, this was kind of a failed experiment. We brought him in last October. We burned his red shirt for like 9 hours and a warm-up session before a game. And then we ended up redshirting him. We bring him back. He's one of 2 players who comes back from last year's team. And we will never see him play a second of an actual game. And this person was texting me. He was like, is there a bunch of heat on Pat up there? About which I guess I just gave away the location. Not Chris Mack either. It was I like Chris Mack. I've not spoken to him.
Somewhere south of the Mendoza line.
He Mack sent me a nice message when I think the last time I heard from him, he sent me a message when I posted the stuff about dealing with long COVID, which was nice, but I've not spoken to him since then. I do talk to Kristen Cunningham, who's on his staff, who I love every now and then. But this is another coach.
You name dropping there, buddy.
I'm just trying to make sure that we get
just a little humble brag over here.
I'm just trying to get all the usual suspects out of the equation here. It's not. I don't think anybody would know who this is.
You know Justin. He was
but
on his 40th birthday.
But he was like, is he getting a lot of heat about this? And I was like, the Trimble stuff? And he was like, no. About sinking. He said, and I don't know if he's coming from a place of knowledge because I've not heard a figure for what we gave London Johnson or didn't give London Johnson. He's like, you sank $600,000 into a player and got nothing out of him. And he's like, that it was a big risk taking on a G League guy that hadn't done a ton. There was nothing really proven out there that said this is going to be an impactful player at the college level. And he's like, so what? So you can just throw $600,000 to an entitled kid who probably shouldn't be playing college basketball anyway, get nothing out of him, and everyone's just like, well, it's cost of doing business. And I was kind of like, yeah, I guess. I
was thinking.
We sort of treated it as if it was just a standard run-of-the-mill player did something wrong or whatever, wasn't living up to the program expectations, and ho-hum, he's gone. It didn't really change the outlook of the season, so it's not that big of a deal. It's a hit to depth, but whatever. And this person's point was essentially, he's like, I watched your volleyball team play. Are you telling me, as good as they looked, this was on Saturday, so he'd watched the Friday match against A&M. No. He's like, as good as they looked, are you telling me they couldn't be even better or more of a national title contender if they had $600,000 to bring in one of the best players in the country, or $600,000 to bring in three of the better players in the country and bolster it? He's like, how many programs could have used that money to make themselves not just better, but legitimate national title contenders? Texas Tech completely changed its softball program a couple of years ago because they took $1 million and gave it to the best pitcher in the country and brought her in from Stanford, and then boom, snap of a finger, they're in the College World Series finals 2 years in a row. Could we have done something similar with that type of money? And he was like, I just can't imagine somebody, and again, this is a person who's coaching at a program that doesn't have anywhere near that level of money. He's like, I just can't imagine, when we're having to prioritize every single cent in our program now, and every single cent has to be accounted for, just kind of crapping away $600,000, and everybody just kind of being like, well, that happens. Are we being like, should Kelsey or whoever's in charge of organizing the roster or the coaching staff or whatever, like, should there be more heat on the fact that we clearly invested something? I don't know if it was $600,000 or what, but you have to assume it's probably six figures, and then not getting anything out of that investment.
Well, again, somebody must have clearly forgot about that highlight from the Bahama game that they didn't see. We got something, I guess, but even when you say the money, I was kind of like a little bit with you in the beginning, like, yeah, it's $600,000. I'm kind of like, a rich guy just dropping like $600 or $600.
Which feels so weird to say.
Yeah, no, it does. It's like, that's just $600,000.
Especially for us working in radio.
Well, yeah, I mean, for $600,000, I would go eat dog poop right now, probably, if you gave me $600,000.
It's like, let me do the quick math. That's like 7 million shows for us.
London's great grandkids will be playing when we're catching that money, the rest of that cash. So, yeah, I mean, yeah, when you still say I'm not so worried, I guess I shouldn't be worried about it. I mean, we probably, he's not the first guy we probably, I don't want to say, without being mean, overpaid. Kind of Keyshawn Pryor comes to mind, or Keyshawn Pryor comes to mind.
Yeah.
Either or.
Yeah, we gave him something for last year. I don't know what it was. I know that it wasn't what we gave him 2 years ago.
Still was,
but we got nothing back.
Yeah. And I understand now there was a little difference in him coming in. You have the experience at South Florida and yada. There were London had really none. And not until you, at the very last part of your statement, though, your montage, that you said that, what if you could have taken that, given it to volleyball? Because I can't imagine. I mean, I could be wrong, but I'm assuming the volleyball team's entire budget's like $600,000. Maybe it might closer to $1 million. I might be being mean about this, but
no, I think you're close.
I'm probably I would think I'm probably closer with that. And that goes for other programs as well that have been successful yet, don't get the. Then when you say it like that, then I do feel like I'm not putting heat on Pat Kelsey for it, but I'm definitely putting heat on somebody, because there's got to be somebody at the university. mean, they have to have like in-house accountant, right? At this point, somebody that you know.
Well, you have
pushes these numbers and knows where to move everything around to. I mean,
you have non-official GMs that are out there.
Okay, whatever.
You get the money people that are behind. Hey, here's what we have. Here's who I think we should target, and they work with the coaches to figure out what players to target and how much money they can allocate.
Exactly.
And all that stuff.
There's got to be somebody there with or without their name on a calculator.
Think about
who can sit there and do the math and figure out. Okay, here's your budget. Here's what you can afford.
Well, if you're Dan McDonald and you're sitting out here and you're like, look, we've been a better program than the men's basketball program basically for the last 12 years.
Team.
Yeah, and you know, we're struggling to keep up with the Joneses because the SEC's out here giving everybody who can hit 250, you know, $800,000. We could really use that $600,000. You spent it on a G League guy who averaged 3 points per game the last time we saw him and hadn't been heard from in 2 years, and then he gets kicked off the team without ever playing a second. Like, what the hell? You know, like, we invested a lot in bringing Tate Davis back. We don't have a ton left over to try to build a College World Series contender, but if anybody deserves that money, it should be us. I'm sure Jeff Walls has similar thoughts as well.
Oh, yeah. I mean, multiple guys, I'm sure.
I mean, whoever, like you said, it may be a situation where Pat Kelsey doesn't deserve the entirety of the blame because you've got other people out there who are maybe could have been past assistants that are no longer here that really vouched for London Johnson. Could be the money people behind the scenes that are saying this is worth the investment. But at the end of the day, the long and short of it is you crapped away $600K or whatever it was. Maybe it was closer to $500K or $400K.
We can call it whatever, 5 or 6 either.
Because maybe we gave him a certain amount of money for last year. Maybe we'd already invested some money in him for this year.
Wasn't that part of the issue last year? Was that he didn't want to play because if he was going to play,
we wanted to keep his 2 years of eligibility.
And I thought we were going to have to pay him more because if he played, he was going to something about his contract. I guess
that's kind of the unknown stuff.
Okay.
I think there was some negotiating. I think their big thing was, they'd gotten kind of like a signing bonus for him to be a part of the program last year. It wasn't much, but they were giving him something to be a part of the program and practice and potentially be somebody who could help out down the line. And then they were like, okay, if we just play this year for no additional money, it's half of our eligibility. And so we go from being able to make whatever for the next 2 years to only having that earning potential for one season, and so they wanted to have the full 2 years. And I mean, I from a business standpoint,
I'll be honest,
you can understand.
Say what you want about London Johnson's people, at least they're self-aware enough to know that he's going to make only his money in college because he's just not going pro.
We already tried.
I mean, at least give him pro. I mean, most people are like, hey, you will make this, then we'll make our big money. Now, they already know that after 2 years, he's done. He's going to work at Walmart apparently or something so make it as much as you can. I guess you give him credit for that and being that self-aware. On the basketball side, though, it still doesn't bother me. And I don't think, excuse me, honestly, Pat Kelsey shouldn't have this. Dude's got enough to worry about. He shouldn't worry about where his salary cap is. Like, there should be, like you said, whether it be an assistant somewhere else on the staff or someone in the program itself or just in the school in general that he can deal with on a day-to-day basis and talk to about it. But the coach doesn't need to be worried about – he needs to worry about coaching right now for me. Like, and if he sees a guy and he wants him, he finds out how much he costs.
Oh, yeah.
Then you go to your budget guy and say, okay, can we get him? Like,
I'm not saying that Pat Kelsey needs to be in front of all of us, like, crying and apologizing. No. I'm just saying,
I'll probably take the blame for it, though.
But I'm saying, are we not doing our jobs to the best of our ability for not holding his feet to the fire a little bit more over essentially just squandering $600K? That's the whole question.
Him, no, but the school, yes.
Okay.
I would say somebody should be responsible. I think the school definitely should be looking.
So, mystery person out there, you're on our bleep list. Whoever it is that made this happen.
Because he's the one that was like, okay, you go in and spend an extra $600,000 on a guy that you may or may not play. And instead, it's like when you see, a rich guy spend something on jewelry and you're like, the money that he spent on that, he could give to me and I could have lived for all year, 2 years, 3 years. And you're right. That's how, if you're any of these other programs, a multiple line of these programs, and see that, yeah, I mean, you've got to be irritated enough as is, seeing how much probably being spent in both football and basketball. You understand it, but it starts to irritate you.
Yeah, and I mean,
but to know you just wasted it, that's just got to be like, dude, seriously, we could have won a national title in fill in the blank lesser sport if you just given us that money.
And I understand that football and men's basketball are always going to get more spending money because they make way more money from the university than even baseball, volleyball, and other sports that will occasionally turn a small profit for you. But it does have the same feeling as, you're working for a corporation and you can recognize that the CEO is more valuable than you are to that corporation. But when they go out there and they cost the company $600K because they, I don't know, dropped the N-bomb on a conference call, you can still be upset about that. Like, you can still say, like, well, I would have not cost us $600K by simply not dropping the N-bomb on a conference call. This makes me mad. Like, I could have used that money that you just cost the corporation or some other hypothetical along those lines.
I was thinking more along the lines that you see the CEO and he makes more than you deserves to, and you see him driving a brand new car and you're going, I saw him got paid for 2 months.
That's true.
At least give me a bone here.
Yeah.
And in the case, like you said, I understand. I'm sure McDonald and all the other coaches know that you're right. They're not stupid. They're self-aware, but they also, you don't have to rub it in their face that you just flush that money down the toilet.
It just, it opened my eyes to, one, I can now, I think you have to sympathize with coaches at a lower level who are like, every dollar that we have to spend, we have to do so much research into making sure that we're spending it properly. We've got to make sure that this kid fits our program. We got to make sure that this, A, B, and C works. We got to figure out, I've talked to other coaches that have said, we have to figure out the financial backgrounds of the families of a lot of these players, because some of them that come from wealthier backgrounds, they're okay with taking a little bit less money. Like, that's a player that we have a better chance of landing just because we can say, we love your game. And the $25K from one program to the next isn't going to break their family. And he's like, other programs, other players from other different financial backgrounds, they may like you more. They may feel like you're a better fit. They may like the city of Louisville more, or if you're Bellarmine or whoever. But if somebody else offers them an extra $30K, they need that $30,000. So you can understand how it's tough for people at the lower level of basketball and the lower level of football to see some of the wasteful spending that goes on at the top level of both of those sports. But at the end of the day, like, it's if Pat Kelsey wins big this year, again, we don't care. Like it's just
we won't.
We're giving you this money to win big. However we get from point A to point B doesn't really matter. We just want to get to point B. Now, let's talk about the other big local basketball news from over the weekend. As has been widely expected for a while, Mark Mitchell, the big-time Missouri transfer who now is eligible for based on the 5-for-5 rule, has signed with Kentucky or committed to Kentucky. He's playing for Kentucky next year.
He was in the portal with a do not contact tag. I mean,
yeah, which I love that Matt Jones tweeted out that he had applied for admission at UK. And then his agent puts out there this statement about, like, we haven't decided yet. We're still fielding offers. Like, we may have applied to other schools as well that we're interested in. And every UK fan was like, Matt Jones just cost us Mark Mitchell. Like, it was a complete freak out. And I was like, they clearly just have not signed on the dotted line.
Yeah.
And they're trying to make sure that they don't, at the last second get fleeced by UK for less money than what they feel they're going to get. So Mark Mitchell does go ahead and commit to UK. There's no point. Like, I guess if you want to try to knock this and rivalry, you can. I'll just say Mark Mitchell's a really good player. He averaged, 18.5 points per game last season for a decent team in the SEC. He was good when he played at Duke back in the day. We faced him a couple of times.
Started as a freshman, I believe.
He did start as a freshman.
Yeah.
He's a very good player. I think you can easily make the case he's the best player on that team. And they got him in late August, which is pretty crazy. He very clearly elevates them to a level that they weren't at before. But the big question here locally, just how much does he elevate them? Is it are they on Louisville's level now? Are they past Louisville now? Are they clearly behind us? Where do you fall in the great debate of late summer 2026? Better roster, Louisville or Kentucky? Big spenders, big talent. Who's better?
Well, last I checked, Louisville's roster's still not done. Did Trimble file a state suit anywhere?
I believe he's trying. If he hasn't, he will.
By the way, we're the last week of August, and the rosters aren't complete yet.
No, we got NFL players that are transferring back to college right now.
Again, this
which
is
we're going to get to in a second as well.
The Browns, that's a fun place. It's fun to be in Ohio apparently this week. Now, Mark Mitchell, I've enjoyed listening to the Kentucky fans suddenly since adding Mark Mitchell, which I agree with you. He's a very good basketball player. He make you an impact. He might be the best player on their team next year, which is, again, weird to think that Kentucky's having to add the best player in their team a month before the season. Sure. So technically, their two best players have been added since I got back into the radio station.
Yeah, no question.
Which is even weirder. And you never thought it was having, other than maybe adding Jamal Murray that one year, which was odd, and he turned out to be pretty good too. I think, does this move the needle for me if I'm Kentucky? Yeah, it makes me think I'm being more confident. But my expectations aren't really going any higher than Sweet 16 anyway, with the addition of Mark Mitchell to this already current roster. Maybe the Elite Eight, but those odds were probably about the same as they were before, after Mark Mitchell would be added.
Our boy Rob Doster says he thinks they've got a top 5 roster now.
See, I think that's being a little hyperbolic. I'm going to have to text Rob about that and be like, dude, what have I told you about whiskey before noon? All right, we've talked about this, buddy. You know better. Guess the kids are already back. Kids are back in school, so Rob's getting to the liquor a little early in the mornings. It's a guy. He was the best. Let me put it this way, and I'm not saying that Missouri's entire team is as good or better than UK's was, even though they did beat UK last year. Mark Mitchell's been the best player on Missouri last 2 years, and they've not made it past the second round. They made it out of the first. They didn't make it out of the first round his first year, not out of the second, into the second round. I don't think they made it out of the first round actually either year. Now think about it.
What are you talking about?
Mark Mitchell is the best player on Missouri's team.
Oh, gotcha.
They haven't made it past the first round. And now he's the best player on UK's team. I don't know how you think, well, we're UK. Well, yeah, but guess what? Mark Mitchell in Missouri beat you last year. So, I don't think you made that many huge strides. I know Milan's a nice piece, but to think he's even adding Mark Mitchell to this roster makes you any better than you already kind of were before, being maybe a Sweet 16 ceiling, I just don't see it. I don't. Now, some UK fans have already said, like you said, Rob Doster, top 5 already. That baffles me. Like, Mark Mitchell's not the kind of player that makes you go from like 23rd to number 5 in the country. If he was, he'd probably be in the NBA.
I think I would love to just dismiss this and not. I think he's probably one of the 5 to 10 best transfer portal players of this offseason. If you want to lump him in with the first dose of portal players and now the 5th year ghost transfers as well. Most people have labeled him in as one of the 5 or 6 or 7 or 8 5-star transfer portal players. He very clearly does make them a lot better than they were. My big question mark.
A lot better?
I think so. And I'm somebody who, even after they got Momcilovic, I still was more about, I kind of thought they were more in the 21, 22, 23 range than like the flirting with top 15 range. So I bumped them up pretty significantly. I'm not putting them in the top 10, but I do think that they have a much better chance to be a contender in the SEC and a second weekend team with him than they did before they got him. I still, I said it when they got Alex Wilkins. I like him a lot. I don't like Zoom Diallo, and now apparently he's dealing with a little bit of an injury, I believe. I think that's a big hurdle for them to overcome. We saw how much they struggled last year when Jalen Lowe was out, and even when he was healthy, they weren't, and he wasn't playing very well. Like, you need this is not going to be a shocking piece of news for you, Joe. You need a good point guard to be very good at the highest level of college basketball, and I'm not sure that they have that player. But Momcilovic is arguably the best shooter in college basketball. Mitchell's the kind of, they finally have the give this guy the ball and let him go do something type player that I think you need to have.
He's a lefty.
He is. I'm surprised, he didn't come to play for us for $50 and a can of Coke.
Hey, we got $600,000 available, right?
Malachi Moreno is. I think he'll be better. I still don't think that he's going to be one of the best big men in college basketball like they do. If I'm wrong about that, I can be wrong. But I do think they've got the potential to be a good team. And I still, with Trimble, like our roster more than theirs. I think we've got a few more proven weapons. And I think we've got clearly more size and physicality, even though now they've brought in Mitchell, who is, he can play that role a little bit. I think he's like, 6'9"? He adds to their
6'8", 6'9", yes.
Yeah, he adds to their length and girth a little bit. He makes them a little bit more girthier, a little bit more long. But I like us a little bit, and I'm trying not to do the fan thing. There have been years where I've said I think Kentucky's going to be really good, and I think that we've just got to admit that. And I've been wrong about that. I think Kentucky's going to be fine this year. I think we have the chance to be better than they are. I think we still have the chance to go in there and win in Lexington for the first time in a billion years. So what I do know is this is probably, I feel like, the hottest the rivalry chatter from the two fan bases has been since Pitino got axed. You know, like, we sort of fell off a little bit. We had a brief resurgence under Chris Mack, but that kind of coincided with the end of the Calipari years, where their bigger focus was, you know, is Calipari the right guy to lead this program moving forward? You know, they haven't been thrilled with Mark Pope the first two seasons. We feel like we're obviously a lot better than we had been before. We got Pat Kelsey here. But now we're both sort of in this period where we're wanting to see more from our respective head coaches, and we both have spent a ton of money on our rosters to get to that point. And so I think you've got this dual – it's not just like it was 10 years ago where we know that we're a good program, they know that they're a good program, we're both on stable footing. It's just which one of us is going to be better, and let's talk bleep and make all the standard rivalry jokes. Now it's all of that is true, but we also are a little bit nervous, excited, all of the emotions to see what our head coach, who's still pretty unproven as far as whether or not they can do it at the level that we expect them to, what they can accomplish in year 3. So I think that you've got some angst in there, you've got some excitement in there, and then you've got the standard, I hate you, my team's going to be better, oh, I hate you too, our team's going to be better type stuff. It's fun. It's juicy talk for late summer, and I'm glad that it's back.
I do think getting Mitchell did something that I didn't think Milan really was best at, and that is a guy that you can kind of get the ball to and let him go one-on-one and create for himself.
That's what I just said.
I'm just reiterating. I know you've done that to me. You repeat one of the things I say all the time, and
I don't listen to you.
I know, and I could call you out, but I don't. I'm nice. He does give that, because I don't think that was something Milan could do, and I think I've debated that with other people, whether he could or not. Now, I assume that they're in process of being made by tomorrow at some point. What's the T-shirt going to be with now the 3 M&M boys? Because we have their entire front line is M&M, right?
Yeah. Now that you say that,
yeah. So I mean, are we going to do like a blue, white, and like maybe I don't know. I was gonna say black, but M&Ms, like they're dressed up. I don't think there's a black M&M, licorice M&M flavored. Like, do we go with the M&M of the candy? Do we do a making money? I mean,
it's not our deal. I'm sure Lexington will handle that totally improperly, and they'll do something embarrassing. We'll let them.
Because they'll make T-shirts for anything. If they don't make one for this, then I don't know what the hell they're doing.
All right, let's go to break. When we come back, we can. I've got one story that I want to get to before we start taking text, and then we'll get to the Gameday Men's Health text line, 502-414-1450. We also have a lot of YouTube stream comments. We'll get to you guys as well. Your hour's coming up after the break. It's the Rutherford Show, 1450, 96.1, Big X Sports Radio.
Hey there, New Albany. This is Mayor Jeff Gahan. It's another year here in our River City, and what better time to show your support for our high school's athletic programs. Whether it's basketball or football, track and field or soccer, swimming or tennis, our Bulldogs are giving it their all on the field and court. So let's rally behind them, New Albany. Come out to the games, cheer them on, and let's make some noise. Let's show everyone what it means to be a part of the best city in Southern Indiana. Go Bulldogs!
Pratt Sporting Goods is Southern Indiana's team sports specialist and is your local Adidas team product dealer. Pratt specializes in outfitting your team, organization, club, or business in apparel, hard goods, and accessories from Adidas and many others. Kratz offers fundraising opportunities for your team, organization, or club through online web stores. Let our friendly staff get you started today by calling 812-282-5400 or visit and shop at our website at kratsports.com.
Honey Baked Ham in New Albany is the perfect spot for a healthy alternative to fast food. They provide a variety of freshly made sandwiches, as well as salads and delicious soups. And you can dine in or take it to go. They also have many dinner options such as ham, turkey, frozen sides, and desserts, which provide a complete meal. Catering is also available for small groups or large gatherings. Call Honey Baked Ham today, 812-941-9426, or visit them, 3602 North Gate Court, Suite 23 in New Albany.
Guns, Gears, Deal. It's everything concealed carry. With over 1,000 firearms in stock, we've got what you're looking for. Fast. SIG, Smith & Wesson, HK, Glock, plus the best selection of used guns in Louisville. Looking for premium? Kimber, Dan Wesson, Wilson Combat. Selling? We've got selling. We pay cash for guns, and we always have specials. Don't wait. Get in today. Everything Concealed Carry, 10306 Taylorsville Road in the heart of J-Town. Everything Concealed Carry. Serious selection, serious value.
I spend my days teaching fifth graders that big things are built one step at a time.
And at home, we're living that lesson. I'm Kevin Miles.
I'm Rachel, wife, teacher, and we're getting ready to welcome our baby boy.
We can't wait. We're practicing being big siblings.
Crawlspace Medic is our family business, built on one simple belief. Your home should feel safe, comfortable, and healthy for the people you love most.
Crawlspace Medic, a healthy home starts from the ground up. You can find us at crawlspacemedic.com.
Introducing the 1909 Society, the new giving society of Louisville Athletics. Become a member and unlock exclusive access, premium experiences, and insider benefits while supporting student athletes. Visit gocards.com/1909society to learn more. Through the 1909 Society, donor generosity ensures Louisville Athletics is positioned not just to adapt, but to thrive in the rapidly changing college athletics landscape. Join today and be part of the legacy. Visit gocards.com/1909society to learn more.
If you've been hurt in a car accident or hurt on the job, there's only one law firm to call. Call my friend Tony at the Collier Law Firm at 502-736-8141. Tony will get you paid. This guy used to work for the insurance company, so he knows the other team's playbook. Tony's a diehard Cardinal fan. His family's from Portland and Shively, and he grew up in Fern Creek. With that combination, you know this man can fight and win. In an accident or hurt on the job, call Collier Law Firm. That's Colyer Law Firm. Call today.
Hello, I'm John Burke, president and owner of United Mechanical. My Christian faith is the foundation on which my company operates. Since 1999, United Mechanical's workforce has provided quality and dependable HVAC, plumbing, electrical, and refrigeration services for all of Kentuckiana's commercial and industrial businesses. Our mission is simple: to deliver a comprehensive array of reliable services in an ethical manner and always put our client first. Call United Mechanical at 502-339-1133. That's 502-339-1133.
Life is like a hurricane here in Duckburg. Race cars, lasers, aeroplanes. It's a duck blur.
Might solve a mystery, maybe rewrite history. DuckTales. Woo. I mean, it's basically Hall & Oates.
Also, is it top 5 greatest songs? I know we've had discussion. Here's my favorite part. Hold on. There's a danger waits behind you. There's a stranger out to find you.
So
this is a great show.
The singer here, I just looked this up. It is Jeff Piscetto, who also sang the theme songs for Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers and Darkwing Duck.
They do sound, yeah, it makes sense.
Unbeknownst to me, this guy was basically the star of the late 80s. This guy had a bigger impact on my life than most people in the late 80s, early 90s.
It's like when I learned Alan Thicke actually sang the theme song like Growing Pains and like
Which
Family
is amazing.
Ties or whatever,
Amazing. He also, they say he's most notable for collaborating with David Foster on the 1990 recreation of John Farnham's Australian single, You're the Voice. I disagree. He's most notable for the Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers, DuckTales, and whatever else the other
If
one
I could
was.
remember 3 of those words you just said, I'd look it up and see, but I don't can't. I already
You're the Voice. I don't know that song.
I'm going to pass on that. I just want to listen to DuckTales and Chip and Dale.
He also wrote songs for the soundtracks of Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Okay.
Breakdown, not sure what that is.
Not familiar.
License to Kill.
Not that the James Bond movie?
Spaceballs.
The movie! Did you ever see the sequel?
No.
Neither did I.
He hasn't done anything since 2005. Nor should he.
Yeah, he's retired. Yeah,
he deserves to be retired in Baltimore. Apparently, more props to him.
Have you ever gone back and like watched episodes of DuckTales?
No. This may shock you, but no, it's never crossed my mind.
This might not shock you. I have.
Just 3 a.m. Just it's time. I gotta see DuckTales.
I mean, what better time for a single man at 46 to watch DuckTales but 3 a.m. Yeah. So I just my automobile does not help this scenario. So it's just been like a couple months or maybe years or so during my sabbatical or whatever. You know, I got time on your hands, and I was like, I'm just gonna watch because you always remember the song. We always remember the theme song. We always get so fond of the show and be like, oh, the show was great. It was awesome. Theme songs. So I was like, I'm gonna go back and like watch some of it. Just listen to the theme song because the show does not hold up as well.
It's an 80s cartoon for children.
It's actually early 90s, I think. It was like 91, I believe.
87 is what I'm seeing right here.
Oh, DuckTales came out 87?
Well, that's when it started, at least.
Wow. When did Chippendale start?
DuckTales, by the way, aired from 87 to November 1990.
Oh, I could have swore it was in the 90s. Wow, I didn't realize.
Well, man, they played all those cartoons all the time.
Because I was
never
thinking,
really knew where they started.
Yeah, it's true. I remember just watching it on Fox
gotta move on.
Kids.
We got to move on. By the way, Chippendale's Rescue Rangers only lasted from September of 1989 to November of 1990.
And we talk like it's like the office of cartoons.
Which is all of those shows. We talk about Hey Dude, like you look up, you're like, oh, they only had 22 episodes. But we watched all of them because they just ran them on syndication.
And even let's say about Bell ran for a few years.
Yeah, several years. Let's talk. On Friday, the high school football season kicked off here locally. The big takeaway for me is we don't talk that much about recruiting on the show. If a player commits, maybe we'll give like a little bit of synopsis, but we don't go in depth on all that sort of stuff. So it's very rare that I put my neck out there for a recruit. I've been saying for like a year and a half now, Jahad Brown, Cal, is going to be a superstar in college. We need to make sure that he's a superstar at Louisville. He thankfully has committed to Louisville. I know there's still some people are like, oh, are we going to hold on to him as UK? I believe we're in very good shape on that front. He absolutely put on a show Friday night, Trev. They played Pikeville to kick off there. I believe that they're trying to win their 5th consecutive state championship, Christian Academy is. They've won 23 consecutive games. They'll be tested next week by Owensboro. But against Pikeville, Jahad goes out there, 11 catches, 181 yards, 4 touchdowns. And if you watch the highlights, it's not just him sprinting free and catching a touchdown pass with nobody within 30 yards of him. It's him making absurd moves and making these poor kids look like, the Madden players when you played with Barry Sanders back in 1992. He is a remarkable talent. He's going to be phenomenal here, and his senior season got off to a big start. This was a very loud opening statement in his quest to be Kentucky Mr. Football, which, spoiler alert, they probably aren't going to give him because he's committed to Louisville, but I think he'll, at the end of the day, he'll deserve it. Whether he gets it or not will be yet to be seen, but my goodness, the kid is outrageously good.
Yeah, I saw the highlight. I think you posted or retweeted or whatever. I did catch that highlight, and you're right. It was kind of reminding me of like almost like watching Lamar Jackson just kind of just wiggle around and just making people just miss without hardly moving.
His change of direction is
it's
unbelievable.
Insane. Like just the stopping and going. Yeah, and it was only the one highlight, and I mean, no disrespect to Pikeville. I'm sure he'll play better competition, but just to do that, just to make him look as foolish. Yeah, I was kind of I see where Mike gets this. I mean,
we also have
I wish this kid played at Wagner.
Yeah, I mean, look, speaking of Wagner, great starts for both of our respective high schools. Your high school covered our 10.5-point spread.
That's right, they did.
Took down Western 12-0 in a game that was only played for a half because the lights didn't work for the second half. So that was great.
So we're talking about Louisville wasting $600. How much money do you think they wasted not putting new lights in on the field? Like we could have had lights for a whole game, but we needed the grass to have all the lines.
I mean, this picture perfect new Wagner Stadium has been around for a year. We already had the stadium collapse and have St. X kids sue the JCPS because they all got hurt.
Shouldn't be laughing at that, but
no, it was a terrible scene. And then less than a year later, we have the season opener in football only be 2 quarters long because they don't have lights for the second half.
Well, we say we don't have lights. Do you think Wagner just was up 12-0? Was like, you know what? Let's get out of here while we can.
Cover the Rutherford show spread. We're good.
We're good.
So you had great news for Wagner there. Trinity goes on the road. They play the 24th ranked team in the country in Ohio, and they win 59-13.
Crushed them.
Which again, both great accomplishments. Trinity and Wagner basically on the same plane right now. we're feeling good about that.
Hey, we're at the same type of spot.
I don't know how they do national high school football rankings. I mean, it's got to be just a crapshoot. Like, I don't believe that there's somebody out there who spends their entire, January through July just reviewing the film of all the teams across 50 states, looking at who's committed to what schools, looking at their past records. It's clearly an inexact science.
What's there be
but the
that
fact
guy?
the fact that Trinity knocked off a team that was very well regarded going into the season by 46 points on their home field is quite the national statement. I believe they entered into the national polls at number 24 after that victory, so they looked very good.
They were a big early. I mean, the 13 came late, like in the second half.
It was 30. No, it
was a running clock at halftime, I believe.
It was 39-13 at halftime, and they did have the Ohio rules are different. It's a running clock unless they get it underneath 30 points. So they were like, yeah, but I think they ended up with a running clock the entire second half. But yeah, Trinity looked awfully good. On the flip side, I'm telling you right now.
On the flip side,
Snakes needs to fire this new coach.
Ooh,
one game in, he doesn't have it. He doesn't have it.
They didn't look. Well, I can't say how they looked, but I can tell you I listened to the whole game, and
this guy didn't have it. I don't know anything about him. This isn't going to stand.
I will tell you this about him. So he did so Spears does an interview with the coach before the games, right?
Is it Spears' fault?
Well, he sends me the interview, and he tells me, he's like, first of all, we've got to cut the pregame like a segment short because the coach would not stop talking. The interview went for like 14 minutes, like him just, and most of it's just the coach talking. By the time I got done listening to this interview, I kid you not, I know more about this coach's life than I know the girl I dated last. Okay, he's giving us stories about how he went and did this job. I mean, I can just only picture what Spears was looking like in the interview. I'm over here like, dude, wrap it up. I mean,
this guy sucks.
I mean, he's got a really country accent. He's very good old boy. I'm sure he's a nice guy.
That's not going to fly at X.
But man, I can't see this guy being here 2 years.
It's done.
I mean, and the way they looked, they got Bowling Green this week. Could be interesting. And they go out to 0-2, and then you play Trinity, I think, after that.
It's a basketball school now, man.
Wow. Yeah.
I was talking to.
Is Klein still there, I think?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they've won Region 2.
Another Wagner guy, baby.
I was talking to people that have kids at X, and they were saying also, I mean, high school sports are so outrageous now as far as the constant transferring and all this stuff going on. But the quarterback at X, who apparently is not good, they only scored 7 points, but he transferred in from, I think, Hazard.
And he threw a pick six, by the way.
And he's like living like in an apartment by himself. Like he's just, his family stayed back at his old place. I was like, what are we doing? Like, this is, we don't need to be transferring to big level Louisville schools to play high school athletics, to live when you're 17 years old by yourself.
Not to mention the team you just lost to started an 8th grade quarterback.
Owensboro did?
Yeah, but their starter was injured, so they had to start an 8th grader quarterback.
That's a tough look. That's a tough look.
I mean, now
you got to fire the X.
And then I'm hearing you say this about X's quarterback. I didn't know that part. I just knew about Owensboro. And you're describing this, and I'm like, ugh.
You got to fire this guy.
Because they can't, like I said, he threw a pick six. I want to say it was like a 60-yarder.
He can't get it done. I mean, Trinity's going to beat him by 42. It's over.
Yeah, Trinity might it might be running clock in the first quarter.
Just focus on basketball, man. That's all X has anymore. It's their basketball school.
What do they have? Like, I'm sure they have a golf or something, right?
Oh yeah, well, I mean they still dominate swimming and stuff, but like
because there's only like 4 schools that do swimming. But yeah,
I mean that's who they. Well, they got named I think the best overall athletic program in the country this year by USA Today.
So it wasn't St. X Cincinnati?
No, St. X Louisville. Trinity I think was 22nd, and on the girls' side, Sacred Heart I think was number 2 in the country. So, they're doing well. Pretty cool to see. Let's go to the Game Day Men's Health text line. 502-414-1450 is the number. Reminder, Game Day Men's Health, redefining men's wellness. No shortcuts, just results. Testosterone, peptides, weight loss, sexual performance therapy, and more. Visit GameDayMen'sHealth.com today to find out what they can do for you. Text, hey, Mike, any word on Trimble's next court move? No, I don't know why. I've seen that a handful of players have tried to – they're joining the lawsuit that already got granted in Kentucky that got Mark Mitchell eligible, and
you can't join it after it's been.
You can.
Oh, you can't even after it's been granted.
We talked about this on Friday.
Okay,
you can file a motion for inclusion and join the current players as long as you fit the same criteria that they did.
Okay.
I don't know why. Again, I've been saying this for like 2 weeks. Somebody needs to just make the obvious move. I don't know why somebody hasn't gotten in Seth Trimble's ear and made this happen, but I believe he's suing. He's going to file an injunction with another Kentucky judge to try to get eligible. I assume it's still far more likely than not.
That was our first injunction drop of the day, by the way.
It's still far more likely than not that Trimble is going to be declared eligible to play this season, but it seems like joining the one with Brian Edwards, the judge here, seems to be the safest route to go, and I'm not entirely sure why that's not happened yet.
I kind of expected at this point in the day already have seen like multiple headlines of different players appealing and from this Colorado case and doing that with, and I haven't seen a one.
Well, you can't, they're not appealing the Colorado case. You've got to.
Well, no, but I mean guys that were involved in like Trimble that now need to go for state, like you said.
Mm-hmm.
I thought I'd be seeing those and like those tweets by now.
There've been a handful already.
I just haven't. I'm following the wrong people, I guess.
Yeah. So, but I've
one
not.
Of them, though.
Yeah, I've not heard exactly what Seth Trimble's plan is, but I've been told that that's what he's going to do.
But you'd want to get on it pretty quick, right?
Yeah, sooner the better. Absolutely. The Riddler says Mark Pope whiffed his way into a number one portal class at the 11th hour. He kind of did, which is crazy. Like, they missed on so many of those guys, and then they still end up getting Momcilovic because he's left over, and then they somehow, you have the fifth-year ruling happen, and they get, I think, the best player available from the fifth-year guys. They pretty fortunate at the end of the day. I now see BBN saying that this is the best of any of Pope's teams, including the self-proclaimed deepest UK team of all time from last season. Needless to say, I have high expectations for them. Also, to no surprise, the NCAA can revisit eligibility when they want now. Josh, sue for the banner and add today's nonsense to the list of grievances for unfair treatment against Louisville. Yeah, what Riddler's referring to there is there was a story about Michigan State wide receiver Rodney Bullard, who appealed for a waiver to be eligible to play this season. He did not get the waiver, so he did what everybody does who gets denied by the NCAA, filed for a temporary restraining order, which was going to be heard was scheduled for Thursday. And then the NCAA comes out today, maybe realizing that that this isn't going to work, that this kid's going to be eligible to play anyway. And they said, their language, Trev, we re-reviewed the waiver request of Rodney Bullard, and it's now been granted. So they're re-reviewing stuff that they've already ruled on, and they're wondering why they don't have more authority or more respect amongst their member institutions. Can you re-review that dumbass banner ruling now?
I don't. This is the most obscure reference that I can come up with. But as soon as you said that, do you remember? Did you watch Chappelle's show?
Of course.
When they did the Real World skit.
Yep.
And he's like, Tyrone, you had sex with my girlfriend. He says, no, I didn't. She goes, Tyrone, yeah, he goes, I reiterate, I did have
No, he
sex.
goes, correction.
Correction.
I did have sex with Katie.
That's what I thought. That's what I think of when you.
No, Tyrone, you had sex with me too. Correction. I did have sex with Katie too.
That's kind of what I thought when you just said that. My mind just started thinking about that skit. I'm thinking simply going, we're not going to let you play. Correction. We have re-reviewed it. We're going to let you play.
You're good to go.
You're good to go.
Yeah. You're fine. Don't worry about it.
We did screw the booch.
Riddler also says, how about them LaRue County Hawks? Don't do this. Channeling my inner Cubs fan, Brian, suck it, Mike. Also, it's obvious who's to blame for lighting the London Johnson cash on fire. Who's responsible for the overall budget? I'm assuming this is a Josh Hurd reference that he's blaming for the London Johnson situation.
We have to have an individual accountant, right? We need one guy. We need a math guy in there. Like, I'm sure there's schools, just one guy just does nothing but deals with the budget.
They need to throw somebody to the wolves.
Day in and day out.
It's Timmy. Just blame Timmy for everything that's gone wrong. LaRue County, I was very ready for my first passive-aggressive retweet of the year, which is my favorite thing that happens. The best is when we have Friday night Louisville games, and I'll be, like, freaking out and sending tweets like, I can't believe this has happened, or like, let's go. And then just in the middle of it all, I just retweet the Kentucky High School football scoreboard account that says, like, Bardstown 19, LaRue County 12. And people are like, what the hell? I will retweet every LaRue County loss until they unblock me on Twitter.
I'm curious why the retweet I did that we were tagged on, I retweeted the Wagner win, they deleted that tweet.
Well, because they messed up the school. They said Western Hills.
Oh, I didn't notice that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they had the wrong school.
My bad. Okay. I thought they were just doing it like we don't want to brag about why. I got kind of offended for a second, but okay.
No, yeah, it was a very personal, just directed at you. Like, we don't want to see Trevor Kelsey happy, so we're deleting the original tweet. Ohio guy says,
I thought.
happy 38th birthday to Classic Gill. What?
Scoots Gill?
Oh, is it Scoots' Gill's birthday?
I didn't see Scoots today because there was no Hoosier report, so he was gone when I got here.
He also texted us letting us know that it's Chappelle's birthday today.
Wow, that's weird.
A lot of birthday stuff. He just texted us to
I see that, yeah.
Do Chappelle and Gill have the same birthday? Are they the same person? Is Scoots dating Chappelle?
Did Gill have sex with Katie?
There's a lot going on right now.
No, I don't know if I can handle all this.
Ohio guy says, also, would you rather be Louisville and win a non-televised exhibition game or be Michigan and lose a televised game to Lithuania?
Oh,
I believe they've lost 2 now.
Michigan lost to Lithuania.
They lost to the Lithuanian B team today.
Well, Lithuania's probably got a pretty good team, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think that it's a higher level of competition
than the raw team in the Bahamas.
But they lost. They lost like 3 days ago as well. I think this was. So I believe that they're 0-2 on their foreign tour, but they lost today to the Lithuanian B team by 5. They lost to the other Lithuanian team by 12 on Sunday.
Both B, it looks like. Oh no, that's nothing. No.
I'd prefer not to lose. So yeah, because it's silly. I get that they're playing better competition. We had that exhibition tour in Puerto Rico where we got our ass kicked in, I think, like 5 of the 6 games we played. And the last one, Patino basically let us win because he was like, okay, I don't want them to go winless and have this be a negative. But it's still, if nothing else, than to avoid the like standard rivalry, like, oh my God, I can't believe you guys paid $30 million to lose to Lithuania or whatever. I'd prefer us having the offseason that we've had.
Yeah, I'd rather, as much as I love to watch us play, I mean, I got to watch us lose in the exhibition games of the old school days to like athletes in action. Didn't enjoy that really. I'd rather us win and not see it.
I believe the only time, I don't think we ever lost athletes in action.
Whoever it was, you know what I'm talking about.
We did lose to the EA Sports All-Stars at one point in time, which was, it was the Teddy Dupé going off for like 50 points.
In my defense, when I called all those teams athletes in action, they were all, I know there was like there were multiple different teams you saw. I think Kentucky actually did lose to athletes in action.
I don't really know if that's in your defense.
But they were all to me, they were all athletes in action.
But that's a very personal thing. In my defense,
which, by the way,
I called them the wrong names back when I was younger.
All those, like, because you always played the same. It was like the same, like 6 or 7 exhibition teams. You'd always end up playing U of L or UK
right.
would.
Yeah.
And I just always called, because athletes in action, I think, was like the Christian team.
They were. Brian Kaiser
played there. Yeah.
Texture says, do we have any guards? Are we doing this again? Remember the days before Kenny Payne's first year where we would just get the text that just said guards every day? Yes, we have, I believe, 3 guards on the roster. We've got Jackson Shelstead. We've got Adrian Woolley. We have Deshane Montgomery.
And
we've got Isaac Ellis.
Thank you. There's 4, baby.
Will Henke is like he's like 6'4". He could play guard if he wanted to.
Henke, the walk-on stud.
Texter says, Trevor's stepdad.
Hey, Papa. Hey, by the way, Papa and I have a draft tonight.
He says, yes, common foodborne illness, gonorrhea. That was a bad moment for you.
What can I say? That's just because at one time when I had gonorrhea and I told her I got it from food poisoning.
You should get yourself checked.
Yeah. You know you can get gonorrhea from riding a tractor.
Dolphins guy texted him. Said, at least I don't cheer for the Browns, I guess. I can't imagine worse fan service than naming Deshaun Watson as a starting quarterback after what he's done and said publicly about the fans. That is one of the weirdest situations in football right now.
Did you see him set his Saturday quote?
Oh, yeah. I mean, so the last time we see him in game action, his home fans are cheering for him as he's being carted off the field 2 years ago. And then his first in-game action since then, he's actively being booed by his own fan base. And then he's commenting, he's like, I don't think it's about me as the player. And everyone's like, yeah, no bleep, dude.
I think it's a lot. No, I think it has a lot to do with him still a player, though.
I mean, I don't know.
Because here's the thing.
He's clearly the best quarterback on the roster.
Well, that's not saying a lot.
That's they hate him for obvious reasons.
They hate him. Here's the thing, though. If he didn't suck, because he's sucked since he's been there. If he didn't suck, you would have a majority of the fans rooting for him and not giving. They would completely push aside all the off the field allegations. You would have still a small percentage that would not want to make, oh, screw him, I'm not going to root for him.
I don't think it'd be a small percentage.
No, I think I'm talking 20% maybe.
Oh, I disagree.
I was in a draft this weekend with 4 Browns fans. Every one of them said they can't stand him because they're both on the field and off the field. And I said, if he was out there playing, balling and being the best quarterback, we would love him. And they all admit, listen, you got to remember, you're talking about a Cleveland franchise that's desperate. But here's the thing. He thinks it's because off the field, and it's some. It also doesn't help that right now, since he's been there, he's had more off-the-field allegations than he has completions passes completed. All right, so there's a reason why you're being booed from both ways. I mean, you suck, and you're not a good person.
Yeah, we're going to have to agree to disagree. I think it's more about the off-the-field stuff than you do. But certainly being bad at football is not helping his cause.
If he actually plays well, we can answer that question. Yeah. But unfortunately, I don't think that's going to happen. So
Texas says bilateral tennis elbow followed by groin pull. Trevor, chill out, my guy.
I mean,
the two things do go hand in hand, pun absolutely intended.
I was going to say. I mean, I don't know what to do.
I mean, what else is it going to be now at this point?
And the problem is, it's everything I keep having the ailments of. There's not. I mean, because I'm kind of happy I have insurance now. This is like the first year I've ever had insurance. So if something goes bad, I can go to the doctor.
Insurance is cool.
It's nice to have. It took 44 years, but I got there.
See, America, we're making progress.
Yeah. Now, here's the thing, though. This is like, the little karma trick. Like, the universe, like, you have insurance, but we're going to give you things that there's nothing it's going to help with because all the doctor's going to do is tell you to put ice on it and rest. So it's pointless to even have insurance. I can't want to go to the doctor and be like, hey, I've got tennis elbow and a groin pull. They're like, well, you might want a girlfriend. I'm like, what can I do for the pain? They're like, I don't know, calm down.
I would love if that actually
maybe if it starts chafing, just stop.
I would love if you went to the doctor and they were like, well, first, just calm down a little bit. Let's take a break when we come back, 4 o'clock hour. We'll keep it rolling with you guys. We'll check in on the Thornton's YouTube stream for the first time today and also continue to take tests on the text on the Gameday Mens Health text line. 502-414-1450 is the number there. 4 o'clock hour is next. Keep it locked right here. 1450 96.1 Big X Sports Radio.
Danger, watch behind you. There's a stranger out to find you. What to do? Just grab onto some cocktails. Woo! Every day that I'm in making.
Honey Baked Ham in New Albany is the perfect spot for a healthy alternative to fast food. They provide a variety of freshly made sandwiches, as well as salads and delicious soups. And you can dine in or take it to go. They also have many dinner options such as ham, turkey, frozen sides, and desserts, which provide a complete meal. Catering is also available for small groups or large gatherings. Call Honey Baked Ham today, 812-941-9426, or visit them, 3602 North Cape Court, Suite 23 in New Albany.
Kratz Sporting Goods is Southern Indiana's team sports specialist and is your local Adidas team product dealer. Kratz specializes in outfitting your team, organization, club, or business in apparel, hard goods, and accessories from Adidas and many others. Kratz offers fundraising opportunities for your team, organization, or club through online web stores. Let our friendly staff get you started today by calling 812-282-5400 or visit and shop at our website at kratzsports.com.
T.A. Jenkins and T.A. Jenkins Company, LLC, proud sponsor of high school basketball on the Big X. Call Terry Jenkins at 812-989-7381 for your residential and commercial construction needs. Design, build, or remodel, it's T.A. Jenkins Company, LLC, located in New Albany. Email Terry at tajenkins@tajenkinsco.com. That's G-I-N-K-I-N-S. T.A. Jenkins Company.
Guns, gears, and great deals. Say it with me. Everything concealed carry. With over 1,000 firearms in stock, you'll find exactly what you're looking for. Shop SIG, Smith & Wesson, HK, Glock, and more. Plus the best selection of used guns in Louisville. Looking for premium? Check out Kimber, Dan Wesson at Wilson Combat. We pay cash for guns, and we always have specials. Visit Everything Concealed Carry, 10306 Taylorsville Road in the heart of J-Town. Everything Concealed Carry, your best shot at a great deal.
If you've been hurt in a car accident or hurt on the job, there's only one law firm to call. Call my friend Tony at the Collier Law Firm at 502-736-8141. Tony will get you paid. This guy used to work for the insurance company, so he knows the other team's playbook. Tony's a diehard Cardinal fan, His family's from Portland and Shively, and he grew up in Fern Creek. With that combination, you know this man can fight and win. In an accident or hurt on the job, call Collier Law Firm. That's Colyer Law Firm. Call today.
Hey, football fans, Louisville football is set to take on returning college football playoff semifinalist Ole Miss in Nashville over Labor Day weekend. The game will be played at Nissan Stadium on Sunday, September 6th. Get tickets now at gocards.com/Music City. Want to catch the Cards at home this season? Visit gocards.com/FBinfo to learn more about available ticket options.
Cards fans, take accounting to a whole new level with U of L's Masters in Accounting and Analytics. In-depth data analytics courses allow you to achieve a new mastery of accounting in this AACSB accredited program. 11-month competitive internship opportunities and full access to the Becker CPA exam review prepare you to graduate career ready in just 12 months. Visit business.louisville.edu/U of L MSAA to learn more.
This Wave Storm Tracking Team forecast is brought to you by Glanz & Buffett Plumbing, Heating and Cooling. Comfort you can count on. Service you can trust since 1923.
We have an absolutely gorgeous Monday on tap with plenty of sunshine, low humidity, and highs in the low 80s. Certainly something you don't often see in August. Once we head into tonight, falling down into the 50s and low 60s with mostly clear skies overhead. From the Wave News Storm Tracking Team, I'm meteorologist Tawana Andrew.
This is Kentuckiana's only locally owned sports talk. The Big X, AM 1450 and 96.1 FM. WXVW Jeffersonville. W241CK Jeffersonville.
It's not helping your cause.
I can't but think I picture Eddie Murphy when Anthony lost all the weight from Nutty Professor. He's driving like the Porsche. He's jamming this song.
Oh, see, this is another one of those songs. We talk about this a lot.
That's where our mind goes with this song.
I feel like we talk about a lot where songs remind you of specific scenes or stuff. I cannot hear this without thinking of Billy Madison, where he pulls up in the car, where he's going back to high school.
Yeah, he's
like sitting in front of me, like pops the collar, and they're all just laughing at him as this song plays.
He's in the not Grand Am, but the Trans Am.
Yeah, it's
he's got the.
It's all I think about whenever I hear that song.
I forgot about that scene. Yeah.
We've got it's the 4 o'clock hour here at the Rutherford Show. Trevor Kelsey in the house today. Before we get back to the text line and check in on the Thornton's YouTube stream comments, did you catch any of the volleyball this weekend? The Cards were playing in the AVCA, I believe, like First Serve Classic. It's essentially the Champions Classic for volleyball, where they've got some of the best teams in the country. They go to the same neutral site and they play a couple of doubleheaders. Did you catch the Cards on Friday or Saturday?
I didn't get an opportunity. Friday, we got done with the show. I went and grabbed something to eat and came back and I did the St. X broadcast. I did talk to our man Jacob Polachek, though. He was at the match.
Oh, he was there?
Yeah, I was actually
Good for him.
I called him to ask him something, and I forgot he was at the game. I was like, what are you up to? He's like, just sitting here watching some volleyball. I'm like, oh, my bad. He's like, oh, it's all good. What you want? You know, Jacob, it's kind of how he is. And then I kind of, I feel bad as a fan. I kind of forgot about Saturday, but Saturday wasn't an actual match, was it?
Well, yeah.
Well, but I thought I saw something about that we lost like 1-0 or something.
No, we lost 3-0.
3, is that what it was? Okay.
Yeah. So we played Friday against Texas A&M, who won the national title last year.
As I predicted, we beat them.
Knocked us out in the NCAA tournament. Now, you said, I think, in 3. I said 4.
You did.
I was correct.
Hey, we both had a win, right?
And we both also, unfortunately, correctly predicted what was going to happen on Saturday.
Yeah.
So they go out there. They looked good on Friday night. You're kind of wondering about Texas A&M. They lost apparently a ton from last year's NCAA championship team. But they win in 4 sets, dominated the first 2, lost the third, bounced back. It was kind of their big thing last year was they would get ahead early in these big matches, and then they would get reverse swept or they would lose 2 in a row to lose. Thankfully, they closed the deal on Friday. And then on Saturday, they were pretty completely outclassed by Wisconsin. Wisconsin had gotten a little bit embarrassed by Kentucky on Friday. Kentucky goes to, it's in Milwaukee. It's technically neutral, but Wisconsin obviously had home court advantage. And Kentucky swept them on Friday. They turned around. They kicked our ass on Saturday.
Kentucky lost on Saturday, too, didn't they?
Oh, did they?
I thought they did again. Apparently,
How about we jump in when we know things, Trev? Here,
I like to wing it. What's life without a little whimsy?
They lost to Pitt in 4 sets.
As I said, I knew they lost.
Who still has Olivia Babcock, who is the 2-time reigning National Player of the Year. She'll win it again this year. She's ridiculously good.
She's winning that 5 for 5.
Yeah, Kentucky. No, I think she's just 4 for 4. She's just been really good for the last 3 years.
What's to stop volleyball players from just staying every 5 years now?
They can.
Okay,
yeah, all sports. But Kentucky looked very good against Wisconsin. Dominated them. Then Wisconsin turns around. They dominate us. That's not a good look for the rivalry. I mean, Kentucky's going to be really good this year. They've got a bunch of players that are preseason All-Americans. They were preseason number 3. No shame in losing to Pitt, who's preseason number 4. But I thought that Saturday was a combination of Wisconsin looked better to me than Texas A&M did. It was not nearly the effort that we gave on Friday night. A lot of self-inflicted errors, a lot of just missed sets, lot of serves not handled properly, a lot of unforced errors on our end. We've got a ways to go. We're a younger team this year. We do have some, Niles Cabela coming back from last year, the last 2 years. She's fantastic. I love Calissa Blackshear. I think she's going to be very, very good for us this season. Chloe Chacoin is a preseason All-American. They've got enough talent to be right back there in that Final Four national title mix, but I think Saturday showed them just how far they have to go. But it's going to be another fun season. That kind of reinforcing that maybe Friday's win wasn't quite as impressive as we'd like it to be. SMU swept Texas A&M as well on Sunday in the same event. So, yeah, there's that. And the ACC is going to be very tough. Pitt is there. Stanford was actually the preseason favorite. And then SMU, who's picked right behind us, sweeps the same team that we took 4 sets to beat on Friday. So it'll be a fun season. Dan Meskey, who famously refuses to go on the show at every turn. Hopefully we can get
Bill, this is my fault.
Well, he wasn't there. Last year you weren't around.
That's true. Oh, yeah, see?
Yeah,
maybe that's because that's why I wouldn't come on, because I wasn't here.
It's an ongoing joke at this point, but yeah.
I'll get him on.
He refuses. He texts me. He's like, "I'll come on." I'm like, "No, you won't." So
do they normally, again, don't say anything you don't know, Trevor. I'm going to be really quiet if that's the rule. Do they normally play back-to-back days like that, or is that just kind of a preseason thing in volleyball? Do they usually have games in back-to-back days?
They typically go Friday, Sunday on the weekends during conference play.
So having back-to-back is unusual. I mean, that's got to be.
But the NCAA tournament is usually you're playing back-to-back days.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's not atypical, but the typical conference schedule, once you get into league play, which will be a couple months from now, is match on Friday, match on Sunday. And they do the thing where either you're playing at home or you're going to 2 schools that are close. Like you're playing Duke on Friday and then Carolina on Sunday, or Stanford on Friday.
At least
Cal
a day apart, though. Like when you're playing back-to-back, especially against 2 really good teams.
Well, we'd have to travel for this. So
true.
You're traveling during the season. That's the travel day. You could play back-to-back if you're at the same place, but most of the time you're out.
It's still a lot mentally and physically on you, even for the youngins.
I think they're okay. They're college athletes. Let's go to the Thornton's YouTube stream. Reminder, Thornton's is fueling our YouTube stream every damn day on this show. They also want to make sure that you're taking full advantage of every stop that you make into one of these areas, 5,652 Thornton's locations. With the Earnify app, members save 5 cents per gallon every day. Nothing special there. You just sign up, boom, 5 cents off per gallon every single day. Gas ain't cheap, folks. I don't know if you've seen. Gas is expensive. Thornton's wants to help you out with that Earnify app. Download it today and receive a 250-point welcome offer. Start saving.
They got tired of waiting on the government to do something. They're like, you know what? We're just going to save you money ourselves.
Thornton should be running this country.
They should.
I've been saying it for years. Brian Thornton for president. Make it happen.
Got my vote if I could.
82 Atlantic says only 69 more days until college basketball season begins.
Giggity.
Nice. Babu says it's very quiet. Shouldn't Trimble or U of L be filing something today? I think that things are happening behind the scenes, but until
we'll see something public at least
until a filing officially happens, you're not going to hear anything. Afro Pikachu says this thing better have a horn, and when Trevor hits it, it just plays cowboy. What is this thing?
I don't know.
I don't know what he's referring to.
Is there a picture on there?
I don't know. This is on the Thornton Street.
Why am I hitting a thing?
Prusiki says, how devastated is Trevor's mom that Holland shaved his head? You see that?
No, he did?
Yeah, Erling Haaland got rid of the golden locks over the weekend.
Yeah. Oh, no, you're right. I did see because he said something about life is too short or something, or short hair.
He's one of those rare guys that I feel like looks way better with longer hair.
Yeah, he does. Plus, I just still can't. Every time I see him, I feel like he's just trying to beat us in hockey in D2.
He does look like he looks like an Iceland player from. Let's go shake their hands. I don't know what accent that was, but it was definitely not Nordic. Sean Hampton says, "Mike, happy Kenny Payne Day, 8/24." Oh God.
Okay, somebody else said it was Kobe Day because
What's his birthday?
No, I think it's Kobe. I think they were saying Kobe Day because the jersey numbers.
It is, but it's also his birthday.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
Is that why he went from 8 to 24?
Probably a good chance.
Huh. But I never knew that.
I just saw the Lakers official account tweeting out like happy.
Not to mention how many damn birthdays are today? Because I mean, yours is not till Thursday. Yeah, I know.
Mine's Thursday.
Yeah.
And we had Chappelle, Gil, all the stars.
Tomorrow's Corey Price.
Tomorrow's Corey Price. Like Virgo season, baby. Let's go.
Now, are you 41 or 42?
I'll be 42 on Thursday.
Oh, damn. I was going to say, 'cause Corey's 41, because imagine you two were just born like 4 days apart.
Oh.
Maybe in the same hospital.
That would be, well, I mean, we probably were in the same, close.
You're you're Irish twins, I guess, in a way, without being related.
We're not related. So.
I was going to say, except for the whole related part.
Besides that.
Which is one of two big things that are criteria to be met for being Irish twins.
Bruce Key says, London Johnson is what makes you ask about men's basketball spending, LOL. Look, Keith, I know that you don't care about basketball. At some point, you're going to have to recognize that you are in a community that cares about college basketball literally more than any other in the country. And the spending, if we were spending like $3 million on the basketball team and all that other money was going to football, I know you'd love it. This show would become nothing but people complaining for 3 hours about why we're not trying to compete with the best of the best in basketball. It's the way that it is.
I mean, the London thing is the biggest because, like, again, we're assuming for bleeps and giggles it's 600,000.
Sure, why not?
And I've said that we probably spent money on players that have given us not what we've spent on in these last couple of years doing this. But London's the one that gave us the least for the amount of money.
Well, he gave us nothing. So,
I mean,
yes.
well, I guess
by definition,
literally
yes.
nothing. I mean, is there not somebody else that we've paid that maybe? I mean, what about we had the issue with some of the football players, like the running back who was here and then gone? I mean, how much I wonder he cost us?
I don't know who you're talking about.
Oh, the guy, the PB dude or Penny or remember the running back we had about 3 years ago? He ended up going to Central Florida. He was from Maryland.
Oh, I mean, he didn't even play spring. He left.
Yeah, but I wonder if he got money or not. I wasn't sure.
I don't think he did.
Okay, I don't know how the contracts work, so
And
I'm
then
not
he sucked,
positive.
so
no, he did suck at it.
That's
but it should make me mad. He was rated higher on the game than Isaac Brown to start.
No, they were wrong.
They were way wrong.
People are wrong. Blue Collar Boy says taking London Johnson was just not the smartest take, period. None of the G League guys who have come to college basketball have been good at all. Was definitely a waste of money. That is one of the things that, we had 4 or 5 players last year around the same time announced that players who had been in the G League but had never played in the NBA announced that they were coming back to college. I don't think we paid enough attention to the fact that all those guys sucked. Like none of them. James Najee, he's eligible at Baylor, becomes this big national story, and people are like, oh, my God, Baylor's struggling. Now they've got this NBA center. He averaged like 1.9 points and 0.8 rebounds per game. He did nothing.
He barely did anything against. Wasn't he on the roster when we played him?
I think he had 4 points against us, and that may have been his season high.
I was going to say, I think he didn't do anything, but I remember being in the game, I thought.
Yeah, he played, but he was not good. And from what I'd heard about London Johnson, I don't know if he would have produced much more than James Najee did last year if we had suited him up. I thought it was you didn't need to do that last year to bring him in at that time. It seemed like an unnecessary PR hit. If you thought he could be somebody who could really help you either last year or at some point in the future, then that's one thing. If they genuinely thought that, that's, I feel like, a misevaluation. But clearly this was, it was a poor investment.
Is that a bad look for the G League that, like, some of their guys are going to college and can't even, like...
Yeah, but they sucked in the G League, too. Like, none of these... It's not like any of these guys were good G League players.
Yeah, I mean...
Texter or Thornton YouTube stream. Blue Collar Boy also says, for that kind of money, we could be bringing in another solid guard who just got another year of eligibility. London should have honestly been told to go to the portal back in the spring. I was shocked that, that was one of the surprising things. I think we said on the show, I'd gotten kind of tipped off that, like, London's going to be back when initially it was thought that he wasn't. And, Jody, who's as big of an insider as anybody, I remember that we had like a source war because Jody was like, London Johnson 100% will not be back. And I think that was a surprise to him and everybody else who follows this sort of thing, just because the writing seemed to be on the wall. And then I don't know I don't know if he somehow agreed to come back for less or what it was, but they came to an agreement, and it was like, we're bringing, Woolley coming back was obviously the big headline. But after that, it was like Johnson's going to be the only other player who comes back. And yeah, in hindsight,
he's also one of like 4 other players that could come back too.
That's true. Yeah, there weren't a lot of other options.
Yeah.
We had, I think 3 players transfer from last.
I guess Roos would be the only better one that probably didn't come back that could have maybe.
I mean, I guess Kaysen technically could have come back, although he's still, I'm told, because he played the JUCO years, which now don't count against your eligibility, and he had an injury. He's trying to get the medical red shirt. I'm told that they feel like he's going to be eligible, but he's still working through the appeal process. Faru left for Marquette, and then do we have one more? Or Zugris went to St. Mary's.
Oh yeah, I forgot. I would have liked to get him. How much would it cost? Was he cheaper in London? Could we have just kept Z-Man?
He was way more.
Was he really?
They thought Zugris got more than $2 million.
Oh, good Lord. Peace out, dude.
For a guy who averaged 2.6
No, don't even. Yeah,
no.
Well,
this was before you came back, because I told the story about how they were.
We really need a budget guy. Now I'm starting to think about Pat Kelsey back to the beginning of the show again.
Well, no, I mean, but we didn't sign him for that.
Oh, okay.
Like we thought he was going to, this guy loves it here. We gave him a chance. He's going to come back and he's going to be one of the, heart and soul of this team. And then he comes in with his agent in the first meeting and is like, we want $1.5 million and a guaranteed starting spot. And they were like, well, no, that's not going to happen.
Okay.
And I think that there was some extreme doubt that he was going to get that on the open market. And so they're like, he'll be back. We'll renegotiate. Maybe we can get him back for the price that we were originally looking at. And then St. Mary's.
There's no way they're paying him 1.5.
St. Mary's is paying him 2.2.
That is insane.
Fru's getting 3.5 or thereabouts from Marquette. That's the backcourt that we all just complained incessantly about last year, making a combined $5 million this season to another program.
I mean, no wonder we don't give 2 bleeps about $600,000.
Sean Hampton says Papa John's meant to say better ingredients, better pizza. Blue Collar Boy says Mitchell can't guard a chair or shoot good in the paint, though. They got a good one, no denying it, but as usual, BBN thinking they brought in Shaq. LOL.
First of all, Pope has shown over the last couple years he doesn't really give a bleep about defense.
He kind of doesn't.
No, so if your one knock is he doesn't play D, that's not going to deter Pope at all.
I mean,
I watched his highlights against Kentucky, and
he lit him up last year.
Yeah, and even when they would try to double team him, he always hit the right pass.
I don't remember him being. I mean, I don't know if this is a rivalry thing or if you're saying this objectively about his. I don't remember him being regarded as a terrible defender last year for Missouri. But I'm not going to pretend like I have scouted Mark Mitchell's defensive prowess or lack thereof. But I don't remember anybody who follows Missouri. I feel like every other person who covers college basketball went to Missouri J school. So there's a lot of Missouri fans on my timeline. I don't remember ever anybody really complaining about his defense, but maybe I just missed that. Let's see here. Duba says, "Is it the Troy coach, the one you spoke to?" I'm not saying who I spoke to. This is a big secret. This is huge intel that I'm giving you guys. People are upset about me not grilling Pat Kelsey enough for potentially wasteful spending.
You can't penalize one man for an entire team, but Missouri last year gave up 75 points a game, which is 229th out of 360.
Oh, they were a bad defensive team last year.
Yeah, obviously you can't judge one guy, but I don't know. How bad would we have been without Chucky that one year, maybe?
I mean, I don't know why we're having to be overly objective here. Let's just say he sucks at defense. Sure, yeah. Why not?
No one cares. Yeah, no.
He's the reason why. It's not like anybody's going to hold us accountable for this. Star Wars says Missouri lost the first round to Drake in 2025 and Miami in 2026. They got their ass kicked by Miami too.
Yeah,
in what I think was a 7-10 game.
It was. I'm actually looking right now, 80 to 66.
God, I thought it was worse. He also says, well, it helps not to deal with Calipari down the road when it comes to UK. Patino still can't beat him or UK. I can't. A2 Lane says, how about Deshaun Watson saying he has no regrets about anything he's done in the past?
Dude, Deshaun Watson is just.
I feel like he just doesn't care at this point where he's like, people know who I am. At this point, I just need to triple and quadruple down.
And I guess you can have that attitude when you're making $50 million guaranteed, thanks to your Browns owner just being a moron.
Yeah, that's true.
Because, like, I had, my friends were like, why don't they just cut him? Like, oh, they're going to have to pay him anyway. Just release him.
You may as well keep him on the roster.
But now he's a starter. Like, how bad are you that you lost out to Santa? It's like losing an electoral vote to Marion Barry. It's just like, how bad are you?
Sean says, Mo Chom got hurt early yesterday and didn't play today for Michigan. I didn't know that he didn't play today. You lost to Lithuania. It's a bad headline.
They did get closer than, like you said, the game before, though.
Yeah.
Of course, it was the B team, so, I mean, maybe that's...
Babu says, tennis elbow pulled groin while watching DuckTales.
No.
Sounds like something where Chris Hansen would walk into the room.
No, I was watching Stand By Me, actually, most in The Mummy.
Ew, when the dead body scene? Makes it worse. What's wrong with you? A2 says, when's Mesky coming on the show? Never. He's not allowed. Wins a national title, he's allowed on the show. Caleb says, Penny Boone tried renegotiating with Brom while in the same running back room as Isaac Brown, Kejuan Brown, and Duke Watson. Talk about not being able to read the room literally. He wasn't just trying to negotiate.
He was supposedly kind of a bad apple in general, right?
He and a couple of the two guys they brought over from Tennessee all had the same agent. And they were doing the thing where it was like they were trying to make everybody else get more. They were like, we're being paid this guy's being paid that. You guys need to go try to get more money. And it eventually led to a situation where a handful of defensive linemen, including some very fan favorite names, came to Jeff and were like, we're not going to play in the spring game if you don't renegotiate our deals. And this is early on in the NIL.
No, I do remember this situation. Yeah.
And Jeff was like, all right, let's go outside and talk about it. And they went outside and they were like, he's like, all right, everybody on the line, we're running. And then he was like, if you want to like you can leave at this point. You can take what you've agreed to play for, or you can leave, but you're definitely going to run today. And the players ran, and they played in the spring game, and everything was fine. And the three players who were the problems had their bleep packed up, and they were gone.
Yeah, I can't remember the Tennessee guys when. I just remember the Penny guy, though.
Cole Sutherland says Mo Kamara erasure. Oh, yeah, I forgot about Mo.
Talking about the
transfer DKU. We looked it up last week.
Oh, yeah, the
red shirt.
The Nigerian kid or whatever.
Sean says Zoo just scored 21 against Rain's team. Did he really?
Rain Smith's playing for I guess one of those traveling teams.
Well, Rain's playing. He's in the NBL league, the Australian league. He also. Oh, okay. I'm just now. The first thing that comes up is St. Mary's played a friendly against the Illawarra Hawks, and Zoo got ejected from the game.
Man, a friendly? Yes. He got a red card in a friendly?
He got ejected. I've not seen him scoring, whatever point total it was, but it looks like he did. Okay, they did play the Taipans, and which is the team that Rain Smith plays for in Australia. I'm not seeing any scores here, but I'm taking I'll take the YouTube stream's word for it. 21 points. Props to Zoo.
And he got thrown out?
Yeah, and he got thrown out from the game that was earlier.
Oh, I thought he led the team scoring and got thrown out.
Two different games.
Okay, I was gonna say that's impressive though.
St. Mary's has a new coach. They lost Randy Bennett, who finally left the program.
I didn't see that.
He went to Arizona State. They brought in Mickey McConnell, who used to play for them and had been the associate head coach for the last several years. Still kind of a big question mark. They got left behind. They didn't get invited to the new Pac-12. So I think the future of St. Mary's basketball is very up in the air. But maybe Zoo's going to pave the way in this new era. Who knows?
I don't like him leaving to go to him and like Mark. There's just certain names that I just feel more comfortable and cozy that they've been there as long as I can remember.
Yeah.
It does feel kind of like when Peterson finally left Boise and he went to Washington.
I agree.
And that kind of didn't really work out that well.
If Mark Few, after turning down job after job, was like, I'm leaving for Arkansas because Cal just retired, it would just feel wrong.
Yeah.
Regardless of how you feel about him, there are certain coaches. Like if Izzo was like, I'm taking over for Kansas, I'd be like, no, you can't. You can't do that.
I mean, it felt weird when Roy Williams left Kansas to go to North Carolina, and at least that made sense because the alma mater thing.
It did feel weird.
It still felt weird, yeah.
And he'd also said no once before, so it made it even stranger.
Yeah.
Caleb says that Zoo. Caleb, I think is going to be my
Zoo guy,
my St. Mary's expert. He headbutted a defender in an exhibition game. Okay.
At least he didn't clothesline him because that would have killed a kid.
He also says London Johnson was deemed as a bench piece for a group of 6 team when he was coming out of the G League. The fit and match never made sense. It didn't. Sean says, why is Enos Kanter starting a girl fight with the WNBA players? I was hoping we wouldn't have to talk about. I mean, you know.
Yes, I saw it. You think the Kardashians are like desperate for attention?
This guy.
Nothing compared to Enos Kanter. Like Kentucky's stopped claiming him, I assume, right?
Oh no, most of them are on his side.
On his side for what? Because he just wants attention and be.
Well, nothing says
a giant tool
supporting women, and you know, I'm trying to save the WNBA from itself. Like showing up to a WNBA game, talking bleep to the players, and getting all the attention on yourself, and not the women who are actually playing the sport. That's it's clear that's what he's doing here. He's doing this for the women.
I mean, I'll give Royce White a little bit of slack because I don't think that dude's playing with a full deck anyway,
and he never has.
He never exactly.
Remember when he announced his retirement from basketball at 18 in that weird video?
I got to interview him when Iowa State, at the tournament, and first of all, standing next to him, he is giant.
Well, yeah.
And second, he was just kind of a weird dude.
Yeah, because he committed to Minnesota, signed with them. He was the high school player of the year.
Yeah.
And then he released he showed up for a class and then just went back home after 2 days and then put out this is when I was first starting to cover college basketball, put out this very strange video with this weird music in the background. And it was 18 minutes long where he's in this darkly lit room.
He wouldn't
talking about why he's retiring from basketball and how he'd been falsely accused of shoplifting something from the mall. He's always been very, very strange.
Very talented too, which is because he's one of those guys at 6'8", 200. He had a kind of a Julius Randle type kind of game to him, you know.
He's very good.
Yeah, but Kanter's just. It's like I don't know. It's like YouTube influencer kids. He just wants so desperately for somebody to pay attention to him that he's willing to just admit he no longer has a penis.
Well, grifting's easy.
It's
people are like, oh, if it's easy, everybody would do it. That's why everybody's grifting now. It's super easy. Super easy to do.
I mean, should I just enter the WNBA?
I actually would love if you started doing this sort of thing. As much as
every time it's a fever game, by the way, which is because they know that they have to be at a game where Clark's at to get extra attention.
As much as it would derail the show, I'd love it for you if you just became we're reacting to Louisville shocks Ole Miss. You're like, yeah, I mean, we probably wouldn't have done it if we had women playing out there. Just why aren't women playing tackle football? If you just made everything about these, we had an immigrant kicker just out there. We would have lost that game if we hadn't had that. Just make it all about just whatever, and then you just drum up all this support. That's what you need to be doing for money.
I mean, Clay Travis made millions off of it. Why can't I, right?
Keep politics out of sports, and then he just launches a new political/sports.
I saw that. I noticed that. Yeah. I know. I think. Would you be offended if I joined enter my name in the WNBA draft?
No. Do it.
Can I do a video and then we can announce?
I'd love it for you.
We'll do a show live from the WNBA draft and see if I get picked.
Yeah, why not? Show highlights from your 10-year-old St. Matthews basketball career. Why not?
I mean, I'm mocking Enos for wanting to stay relevant, but
mocking the mockers. This thing could go super meta.
It's like being the hipster, just doing it for irony.
Yeah. Let's take a break. When we come back, we have a couple things that we have not gotten to just yet that I want to start the third hour with. Then we'll get back to your texts as we roll on a Monday edition of the Mike Rutherford Show. Last Monday show, where it's not game week for a while. It feels good to be able to say that. It'll feel better to say it's game week 7 days from now. We're back after this here on 1450 and 96.1, The Big X.
You got your number down. Stroke man. Say you're a winner, man. You just sit it down.
Hey there, New Albany. This is Mayor Jeff Gahan. It's another year here in our River City, and what better time to show your support for our high school's athletic programs. Whether it's basketball or football, track and field or soccer, swimming or tennis, our Bulldogs are giving it their all on the field and court. So let's rally behind them, New Albany. Come out to the games, cheer them on, and let's make some noise. Let's show everyone what it means to be a part of the best city in Southern Indiana. Go Bulldogs!
Guns, gears, deal. It's everything concealed carry. With over 1,000 firearms in stock, we've got what you're looking for. Fast. SIG, Smith & Wesson, HK, Glock, plus the best selection of used guns in Louisville. Looking for premium? Kimber, Dan Wesson, Wilson Combat. Selling? We've got selling. We pay cash for guns, and we always have specials. Don't wait. Get in today. Everything Concealed Carry, 10306 Taylorsville Road in the heart of J-Town. Everything Concealed Carry. Serious selection, serious value.
Cards fans, advance your career without interrupting it with U of L's 20-month professional MBA, the program designed specifically for busy working professionals. Combine the experience of a top-rated program with the convenience of evening classes that accommodate your schedule. Connect with industry experts, expand your professional network, and hone your business acumen. Get started today and earn your MBA. The first step is visiting business.louisville.edu/U of L MBA.
For swing into the action at Park Mammoth Golf Club, a breathtaking and challenging course just off I-65 in Park City, Kentucky. Stay in the know with the Park Mammoth Golf Club app. Get course updates, special offers, GPS, gift cards, and easy tee time bookings. After your round, unwind at the Mammoth Grill where delicious food meets stunning course views in our brand new clubhouse. Visit parkmammothgolfclub.com and experience the best in golf today.
Options. When it comes to insurance, that's exactly what you deserve. I'm Chad Hennessy with InsureMax, and I've been proudly serving the Louisville area for over 25 years. As an independent agent, we work with auto owners insurance to find coverage that fits you, not the other way around. InsureMax delivers strength, service, and peace of mind through partners like Auto Owners Insurance. More choices, more options. Call me, Chad Hennessy, at 502-479-4085.
Card Nation, your Louisville volleyball team is headed to Music City in September. Check out the team in the Broadway Block Party on September 6th. Your Cards look to take on Powerhouse, Texas in a matchup at Bridgestone Arena. Grab your tickets at gocards.com/VB Nashville today.
Check the backseat. All right, come here. Check the backseat.
Gets in your head, right? Good. Because every year, dozens of children are forgotten in the backseat of a car by a parent or caregiver. All never thought it could happen to them. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
As a proud sponsor of the Mike Rutherford Show and Louisville Cardinals basketball, United Mechanical is committed to providing the same reliability on and off the court. United Mechanical is Kentuckiana's business-winning choice for reliable HVAC, electrical, plumbing, and refrigeration services. Season after season, call United Mechanical, your trusted home team partner at 502-339-1133. That's 502-339-1133. Let's go Cards.
Defining a new era in men's health, Gameday Men's Health delivers real results with no shortcuts. From testosterone replacement, weight loss to peptides, vitamins, and sexual performance therapy, Gameday Men's Health will have you covered. Their in-house lab gives you answers in just 15 minutes, and our clinic is designed for men who value privacy, speed, and results. Visit GamedayMensHealth.com. Real men, real science, most importantly, real change. Visit GamedayMensHealth.com.
And it goes a little something like this. Tag team, back again. Check it, direct it, let's begin. Party on, party people, let me hear some noise. DC's in the house, jump, jump, rejoices. There's a party over here, a party over there. Wave your hands in the air, shake the dairy, yeah. These three words mean you're getting busy. Whoop, there it is. Hanging out, whoop, there it is. Whoop, there it is.
This is very much and you would understand this more than I did, but it still affected me. If you weren't around, you can't really understand how much this song had a grip on the culture of America for that brief period in 1991 or 92, whenever that was.
It was not. Yeah, you're right. Because I remember it was out the year I did the Denny Crum camp. I remember.
I just remember it was out when I was at Wilder because it was everywhere. 92, 93, somewhere around there. But it was, you couldn't go anywhere. Sporting event, subway, public transit. Whoop, there it is, was everywhere. It was incredible.
Where would you rank it amongst other songs like that, like the Macarena possibly, or
Macarena was definitely.
And I don't think you can have that anymore with the way we have streaming and stuff like. I just don't.
You're probably right.
The culture's differently, but I do remember that song. I did 1 year at Denny Crum basketball camp, and we did the one-on-one tournament. I got blown out in the first round, but we would do a losers bracket, and you go into to win pull-up or whatever. And I was winning, and everybody was loving around me because I'm the fat kid that just keeps backing everybody down and just going up on them. I didn't have to do anything else. As long as they couldn't get around me. And one of the instructors, I can't remember his name. All I remember is he played at East Carolina, he told me. It's like every time I do something, he's like, whoop, there it is. To the point I think I'm in my 30s hitting a shot in the playing pickup ball and hit a shot. I'm like, whoop, there it is.
Love it.
I don't know where would top. I don't know. Is he even top 10 though? But it did take over about a year.
It was a big deal for sure.
It was, yeah.
No question about it. Let's kick off the third hour with this. There's been a lot of talk about I don't want to say surge because it's only been a handful of players, but the players who had gone through NFL preseason training camp and played some preseason games and now are looking to get back and play one more season of college football because they did not make or realized they weren't going to make the active rosters for the upcoming NFL seasons. As we mentioned when this was starting to become a thing last week, 3 of the most impactful players were all guys that played for Ole Miss last season. Well, Trev, we have now word on 2 of those players. They are going back to college football, but thankfully for us, they're not going back to Ole Miss.
Oh, what? Gee, I wonder where. Can I guess where they're going?
Boston College football has not. No,
I thought you were serious for a second. I was like,
no.
Good Lord.
Daquan Wright, who was the All-SEC tight end, and then Xavier Harris, who was the All-SEC defensive lineman, have both announced, I believe.
I know Wright has officially.
The Wright news was earlier today. It looks like the Harris news happened 32 minutes ago. They're both going to play for LSU this season.
Oh,
so
that was going to be my guess.
Do we say thank you, Lane, here? Because I think 2 reasons. One, you keep both these players, and we'll see what the third does. I think these were the 2 that were a little bit more impactful than the other guy, who I think was another defensive lineman.
A rotation guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was a defensive back. I thought.
Was it defensive back?
I think it was a defensive back,
okay.
A rotation defensive back. Yeah.
Either way, like we'll see what he does. But these are the 2 that you really were like, okay, they could make a huge difference in this game. Actually, 1, thank you for keeping them away from us on September 6th. 2, this maybe adds to the notion that Ole Miss may be looking a little bit ahead to week 3 going into the season. You want to talk about something that nothing could fire them more up for Lane Kiffin coming back to the Grove in week 3. Well, now they're taking your best players from last year and like adding them to their roster 2 weeks before the start of the season.
And pretty much safe bet says there's guys that left the portal and left Ole Miss and went to LSU with Lane Kiffin as well.
How much also do you think that this is going to be a thing? If we win this game, and I can't speak for everybody, I can only speak for myself. I won't give 2 bleeps if this winds up being the national narrative. But are you with me in thinking that if we go down to Nashville, knock off a top 10 team in Ole Miss in week 1, the national narrative, it'll be a little bit like, ooh, have we not talked about Louisville? But there will be a lot of, was Ole Miss looking ahead too much to Lane Kiffin and LSU in week 3?
Oh, yeah.
Like, people will 100% say that, won't they?
Yeah, the majority, I'd say 7 out of 10 will say that it was LSU, not, and maybe that post game that'll be what it'll look like. Maybe they'll play sloppy and we take advantage of it. But yeah, I think 70% at least will probably say, yeah, it was done more looking forward and not taking us. I'd still say seriously, but just looking forward, opposed to maybe what the truth could be is that Louisville went in there and punched them in the mouth and sent them home.
Right. I mean, you'll also have people saying, oh, is Pete Golding not the right guy? Like, should they have done a national search? The story, if we win that game, nationally, will be more about Ole Miss than it will be about us.
It'll be more negative to them than positive to us.
Yeah. Which, is it annoying if you're a Louisville fan? I guess. At the end of the day, I don't give 2 bleeps.
Yeah.
All I care about is that we win the game, we rise in the national rankings, we then set up, assuming we can take care of business against Villanova 5 days later, we set up a huge week 3 game against SMU that should get a lot of national attention. Again, I'm assuming that SMU is going to beat Florida State in week 1, which is probably a not safe assumption.
Can't get ACC huddle there or anything, but
I don't know. They're already locked in to go into Bill Belichick for the 5th time.
So it's only probably the highest ranked game if we do especially win against Ole Miss, and I'm assuming they're going to win whatever the game they play first.
Florida State.
Oh, they play Florida State first?
That's what I just said.
I'm sorry. My bad.
Just said it. Yeah.
Short-term memory.
On the road, Tallahassee, Labor Day night.
When is it? No. They should win that game, I guess.
Yes.
Thinking their scenario, if they lose, what's that? How's that? It's gonna. It could be fun.
I didn't realize also that they've got the same weird setup that we do. We play Sunday and then Friday, so we only have 5 days between games. They play Monday and then Saturday before they host UC Davis, their FCS opponent, and then it's us. But yeah, I mean, we'll see what they do against FSU. That'll, week 1 games can get wonky, especially when you're playing on the road in a conference game. But if they take care of business and we pull the upset, then SMU Louisville will be one of the biggest games in the country.
Yeah,
week 3.
Say we both blow out FSU and Ole Miss. We both blow out Villanova and UC Bakersfield, or whatever you just said. Then there's a good chance we're talking close to 2 top 10 teams playing each other in that matchup.
Yep.
I don't know if you get that in any other matchup in the ACC this year yet. Hey, let's go see Virginia and North Carolina.
I think it's North Carolina and Clemson.
Doesn't matter.
It's still just ridiculous.
That don't matter. That could be North Carolina versus, I don't care, the 12 Disciples. It's still not a better game.
Are you ready for a little bit of a quiz time? The Athletic has done the thing where they've ranked all 138 FBS teams.
All 130, okay.
So question 1, where do you think they have Louisville?
Who did this ranking?
The Chris Vanini.
Okay, I know that now. I'm playing him on Twitter. But
he knows what he's doing.
Yeah. Hey, if I know his name, it must be decent, right? I'm going to say Louisville is 27th.
18th.
Wow. See, I told you he knew what he was talking about.
He knew what he was talking about. He has Indiana at number 1. He has Ohio State at 2, Georgia 3, and then Oregon and Notre Dame wrapping up the top 5. The highest-ranked ACC team, like everybody else, is Miami, who he has at number 7. He, like you, is not quite as much of a believer in Ole Miss as everybody else. He's got the Rebels down at number 12, and he's got some issues with the fact that they have to replace so many guys outside of quarterback and running back. Speaking of, quick aside, did you see that Ole Miss took out a gigantic billboard in the center of Times Square over the weekend?
Like actual Times Square.
They did the Joey Harrington, Joey Heisman thing.
I remember that. Yeah.
Where they took out the giant advertisement in Times Square and had like a double Heisman banner where it was Kejuan Lacey on one side and Trinidad Chambliss on the other, and they've got like a fake campaign slogan at the top that says Ole Miss, Trinidad Kejuan 26. So they're going all out, Trev. They're going all out.
And we're over here talking about wasting $600,000
on London Johnson.
London Johnson.
Yeah. SEC's a different level of wastefulness.
That's a 7-figure billboard right there, my friend. Multiple 7. Maybe 8.
They're taking out ads in Bali and just putting them everywhere. They got billboards in Bali right now. They don't care about money. They could give 2 bleeps about money.
Seriously.
Just throwing stuff all around. Where do you think the Athletic has SMU, the team we just talked about playing in week 3? So they got Miami in 7th.
Yeah.
As the highest-ranked ACC team.
Louisville 18.
We're 18. Do you think they have SMU higher or lower than us?
I think he will put them, he likes us. I'll say put them at 15.
Very close. 17.
Okay,
one spot.
right there.
I feel like a lot of these rankings have SMU one spot exactly ahead of us, which is sort of strange. Tennessee, who announced today that they're starting that freshman quarterback. They've got them at 20th. Where do you think they have Kentucky?
Ooh, 36?
Lower.
42?
Lower.
51?
Lower.
I told you he knew what he was talking about. 69? Giggity.
Higher.
I like to be. 64?
64 is correct.
All right.
He has them sandwiched in between 2 other schools one school that we really don't like. West Virginia is 63rd. UCLA is 65th. Memphis State is 62nd.
I don't like any of those 3 schools.
Yeah, stick them under there. Where do you think they have Scott Satterfield's Cincinnati Bearcats, Trevor?
Oh, gosh. Saddy. I'll say 68.
Lower.
79.
70th.
70. Oh, wow.
70th. Scott. I mean, if they are the 70th best team in college football this season, I think we can all safely assume this will be the last year of the Scott Satterfield experiment in Cincinnati, which I think at this point Scott Satterfield's ready to be out of there.
Okay, at this point, are we? How close are we to start celebrating the day that they hired him from us?
I mean,
it's like a sports radio holiday here locally.
So let's say
we take the day off. We have a party.
This is a very possible scenario. We break through this year, make the playoff. Cincinnati goes 4-8, 5-7, and they fire Satterfield. If that winds up happening, I do feel like next year we have to celebrate the official, whatever, Sat Day, whenever that was.
I remember the day of waking up and seeing my phone.
Oh, yeah.
But I mean, it's like
Where were you?
Yes. I'm like, here we go. Well, now, this says, Wikipedia says on December 5th, he was named head coach. Is that the same day he was actually hired from us? Or
Yes.
Okay. So December 5th.
December 5th is Sat Day.
It's Sat Day.
My favorite.
Gifts optional.
My favorite thing about that morning, because it came out of nowhere. Typically when there's something like this, most people, there's at least a little bit of buzz, right?
Mm-hmm.
You'd heard stuff about Charlie in Texas and Charlie in other places and Bobby. This came out of completely nowhere. And when the initial news breaks, Louisville fans, I think we all were so conditioned to having bad news happen that everybody was like, oh, of course, our arch rivals take our coach. And you could see slowly as time went on that everybody started to be like, this actually isn't bad news. I think some people realized it right away where they're like, hell yeah, and celebrating. But a lot of the fan base's initial reaction was like, another day, here we go again. Like, life as a Louisville fan. And then I think when everybody saw that we were going to get the guy that we had actually wanted to get 4 years prior, and we were getting rid of a coach who was, at that point, not wildly unpopular, but certainly not popular, it was they did us the biggest favor in the world. They saved us of 3 more years of awkwardness. And, yeah, if we go to the playoff this year and he gets fired, December 5th, it's national, not national, but local Sat Day. Local Sat Day.
Now let me ask you this.
Sat Out Day.
Let's see where your passion lays.
Okay.
Or lies. Or places. I don't know which the proper term is.
Lies.
Good for me. That's perfect. Would you be willing to give him back the cake and nails for this?
No.
Like as a thank you?
No.
It's like your own,
No, we beat them in football, and they took our coach we didn't want off our hands and they got exactly what they deserve. Why should we give them a gift that they don't deserve? You did this. You paid us to take our crappy coach and let us get our good coach.
And then we beat you in a bowl that year.
And then we beat you in a bowl
with both interim coaches.
With players that ended up going to your team and sucking.
And then we got the guy we want. I mean, it's so great.
It could, if we keep this upward trajectory going.
You're just sad you have to hate us, right?
Oh, yeah. Well, they already did. But
don't get me wrong. I have no love for Cincinnati either. You know that. But still.
One thing that I am curious about talking about coaching hirings and firings is, do you think until things calm down, or if they calm down, I feel like coaching firings are going to be higher than they've ever been before. And they were already happening a lot. But you've got so many programs out there that are dedicating a ton of money to winning now. We saw James Franklin, who had just come off of the semifinals and was number 2 in the country. He didn't make it to November last year.
Now, he had been at Penn State for a while, though.
Still. Yeah. Like everybody is expected to win, and I feel like, if we go 6-6 this year, you could still say, well, historical standards, Jeff's won 10, 9, 9, and 6 games in 4 years, and we would all say, relative to who we've been as a total program, overall, that's pretty good. But if we go 6-6 when the fan base is expecting the next step to be taken, and we know that they've invested a ton of money for our standards into football, you're going to have people that are calling for Jeff's job this year. Like, everybody is one bad season. Doesn't matter how confident you feel about your job security right now. Everybody at a power conference program is one bad season away from getting their ass kicked out the door or being on the hot seat going into the next season.
I think that's the nil world we live in.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Like when I say you mentioned Franklin, I say, well, he was at Penn State. Well, you can almost say but the pre-2020/nil days don't count. Like
sure. It's what have you done for me now?
Look at what have you done in the last 5 years of nil or
the last 12 months of nil.
Yeah, that's what you look at. So like in the days of pre-NIL or nil, that you're going, okay, well, you give a coach 4 years, you give him a class, get that full recruiting class in there, yada yada. Wow, only 449 to the first drink. But now I agree with you 100%. I did listen. Is that with the NIL? It's like that 4-year-old plan is now 2 years.
Yeah, and the same is
maybe
true.
3 depending on your patience or budget, but probably no more than that.
We're the rare program that I think also has that at play in basketball, where if we know beyond the shadow of a doubt, and I think we do, that at the very least we are paying top 10 money to both our coach and our roster. If you don't get top 10 results,
you're gone.
Like, what are we paying you for? What are we out there doing? So if we don't get Pat Kelsey producing a top 10 team that's going at the very least to the second weekend of the NCAA tournament this year, you're going to have people that are, I think, justifiably saying, like, get this guy out of here. Like, we can't do this. Or he gets one more year, and if the results aren't, forget about, like, better, if they're not elite next year, he's got to go. And I think that that's going to be true for anybody that's paying top dollar in football or men's basketball.
I think that it's disgusting, but on Saturday to eat Skyline chili.
I love Skyline.
See, I hate it, but I would eat it on Saturday. One day a year, I'll have Skyline chili.
I'll wear my Reds jersey and eat Skyline chili and toast a Sat, without question.
I wore my Jason Kelsey. He went to Cincinnati.
There you go.
Yeah.
Do you have thoughts on the Jed York stuff? The San Francisco 49ers?
Do I have thoughts?
I think we all have thoughts.
More questions than thoughts, I think.
For anyone who didn't see the news, 49ers owner Jed York was arrested today for allegedly paying $140 to have sex with a prostitute at a trailer park in East Palestine, Ohio.
I think it was like a White Mills or Wheel Mills Community Park. Or
There's a picture of it out there. Which
I know. It looks like the street that the OG Studios used to be on.
I think it's higher end than that. It's still not where I would want to go to have intercourse with anybody, let alone someone that I'm paying for intercourse. and I'm not worth $500 million, which is what Jed York's net worth is. You are literally one of the richest people in the world. You are worth $500 million. You're paying $140 for trailer park sex. What string of decisions led you to this point? I'm not well versed in the world of prostitution, but I understand that there are high-end prostitutes that cost lots of money that I assume people like Jed York could find access to. What are you doing?
That was look at me in a San Francisco owner, could be Eskimo Brothers one day. That's 140 is like that's like going out the Preston Highway. I mean, that's just not. I mean, if you're worth 500. First thing I thought of when I saw that, I was like, if I'm $500 million and I'm wanting to pay for sex, I'm getting Margaret Robbie. Like, I'm like, Margot, yeah. Whatever.
I don't need to know her name.
Her name is irrelevant because she's getting 6 figures.
She'll be whatever I call her.
Yeah. Like, I think back to Wolf of Wall Street. Like, the one who takes credit cards, a really expensive one. Like, but he's over here banging the pink sheets, wanting to shot a pill and sell right afterwards.
I love when you type his name into Twitter, the very first response is somebody with a meme that just says, my D, it says the word, has led me to places that I wouldn't even go with a gun.
I mean, what is he doing in the random middle of anywhere, Ohio right now?
Isn't it training camp? Is that right?
What is the Niners have training camp in Ohio?
Or weren't they playing a preseason game in somewhere?
I guess
that
maybe.
The story? Yeah.
I don't remember them playing the Browns, but
nothing good happens in Ohio.
Yeah, apparently so.
Not there.
I mean, you couldn't have gone to, like, where were you at? You couldn't have just waited like 5 minutes to get to Cleveland or Columbus, or, I mean, I guarantee they had can you go online? I mean, their service is online.
You know what I'm going to say.
If I'm making $500 million, there's absolutely no way in the world I'm paying less than $2,000 for a night.
You know what I'm going to say?
What's that? Wank room?
Wank room.
Well, I mean, he didn't. He was
not just for college programs.
He didn't just want to. He was looking for some stranger in the tub, dude. He just didn't want. Maybe he has tennis elbow.
I know that getting into the brain of somebody that has $500 million to their name is not something that I'm capable of doing. Nor will I ever understand the way that they think. I would like to think, as someone who is worth far, 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 far less than that. I still like. When the options are super risky, ruin my life, potential trailer park sex for $140, and I don't know, like 10 minutes of satisfying myself and having the urge gone for at least several hours, I'm choosing option B every time. If I was worth $500 million and I've got everything to risk by being in a situation like this, wouldn't at some point you just be like, I mean, I could just rub one out in the car real quick and just be done with it, and I probably am not going to feel the need to go to a
if you're
trailer
willing to
park.
go to a trailer park, you just swing by a shady part of town street corner. I mean, it's Ohio, for God's sakes. It can't be that hard, no pun intended.
Just get into a hotel room and just J.O.
Now, should we?
This is not. I don't understand the line.
Here's the thing, though. In a day where we've talked about how Louisville was wasting money on London Johnson, should we maybe applaud Jed York for not wanting to go spend like $5,000 on a one-night escort and willing to just give a little bit to the lesser people and just be cheap about it? I mean, at least he's saving money, right? He's not, he's not just blowing it away.
I don't think these
fun
funds are earmarked for the San Francisco 49ers football. I don't know what player they would get with $140.
Maybe if Christian McCaffrey didn't need an extension, he could have gone to a better place.
I appreciate the spin zone effort like you wouldn't believe, but I'm not on board with this.
I just, I
don't think this was a fiscally responsible decision.
I mean, he had to stick out like a sore thumb too, right?
Yeah, what's he driving down?
I mean, he's probably got a suit on. I mean, is this more embarrassing than when Hugh Grant picked up the Divine hooker? Do you remember that?
It was a big deal, yeah.
And then he went on, I think he went on like Letterman or Leno or something right afterwards.
I think this is worse just because the cost is out there. There are pictures of the trailer park that we know we
have
can
we
see.
I want to see I'd like to see the girl.
Well, I don't think we're going to get that.
I'm curious. Why not? She's over 18 probably, right? This isn't.
Well, okay. You're bringing up a lot of ways that this could actually get worse.
I'm curious what a $140 in Middle Ohio gets a man.
I'm not going to say I'm not curious. Okay?
I know you're curious.
Of course I'm curious. But I don't need to know. I don't want to have it happen at the risk of exposing this poor.
I mean, we saw the woman that Hugh Grant hooked up with.
Did we?
She looked kind of like Macy Gray, but yeah.
That's not good for him.
No, it wasn't good look at all.
It was also crazy because it was like the height of Hugh Grant's popularity.
Oh, yeah.
And then he went on like all the talk shows and they made a big joke out of it. And girls had like the "I would have paid you, Hugh" signs. I remember that. We were a different culture back then. Ned York maybe could have gotten away with this a little bit. I say that because anything going to happen to Jed York?
Is this any worse than this? Is this worse or equal to like Watson and Robert Kraft situations of just whipping it out for a happy ending?
I think this is more embarrassing just because like they were going.
At least they were willing to do it for money.
I mean, Watson's was creepy because it was a bunch of massage.
Yeah.
And it was apparently done over years and years and years.
Yeah.
Robert Kraft was embarrassing for obvious reasons, but at least he was going to what was apparently like a high-end place for this sort of behavior.
Like, know your room.
For like rich old guys
Yeah.
where you could go. Like this is. This
and Justin Tucker, let's not. There's a lot of guys in massage parlor.
This strikes me as like the episode of It's Always Sunny where they want to buy crack and they've got no idea how to do it.
That's a great.
And they're just like, "Can we have one crack? Like, where do we go? Like, can we have one rock of crack, please?" Like,
Him get hooked on
this strikes
crack.
me as Jed York being so hard up and having no idea how to access a prostitute, which I would not either. But I'm also not going to like ask around. It's like he Googled it and found a Reddit thread where they brought up a sex trailer park. And he's like, all right, let's go there.
That sounds like that place you hear somebody over talking next to you at the bar, like down at the corner of the block.
I don't know what I would do if like I wanted to find out like where to go for. I'd probably just ask you and just be like, do you know people that could point me in the right direction? Like I'd have no idea. It's like we had the conversation about
There's one near
the dark
my
web.
house.
Is there really?
Yeah, the Nari Spa.
Well, you don't have to name it.
Well, who cares? Everyone knows it.
Well, I mean, now they
There's like 3 on Preston Highway.
Okay. I see. This is why I would go to you. I don't know these things.
But those are those are massages.
Okay.
Like this guy's going to like an actual like trailer like where
I don't know how the world works.
Yeah.
Let's take a break. When we come back, 5 o'clock hour. On that note, we'll run through the Game Day Men's Health text line. Take some text from you guys, make some predictions for the night ahead in sports, and call it a day. It's the Rutherford Show. We're wrapping up Monday after the break here on 1450 The Big X.
Over there, wave your hands in the air, shake the dairy, yeah. These 3 words mean you're getting busy. Whoop, there it is, hate man. Whoop, there it is. Whoop, there it is. Whoop, there it is.
Got a clogged drain? Just ask. Visit asiplumbing.com for instant pricing, repair options, and available appointment times 24/7.
Type it, tap it, no matter the task, just ask at asiplumbing.com.
If you've been hurt in a car accident or hurt on the job, there's only one law firm to call. Call my friend Tony at the Collier Law Firm at 502-736-8141. Tony will get you paid. This guy used to work for the insurance company, so he knows the other team's playbook. Tony's a diehard Cardinal fan. His family's from Portland and Shively, and he grew up in Fern Creek. With that combination, you know this man can fight and win. In an accident or hurt on the job, call Collier Law Firm. That's Colyer Law Firm. Call today.
I spend my days teaching fifth graders that big things are built one step at a time.
And at home, we're living that lesson. I'm Kevin Miles.
I'm Rachel, wife, teacher, and we're getting ready to welcome our baby boy.
We can't wait. We're practicing being big siblings.
Crosspace Medic is our family business, built on one simple belief. Your home should feel safe, comfortable, and healthy for the people you love most.
Crosspace Medic, a healthy home starts from the ground up. You can find us at crosspacemedic.com.
Introducing the 1909 Society, the new giving society of Louisville Athletics. Become a member and unlock exclusive access, premium experiences, and insider benefits while supporting student athletes. Visit gocards.com/1909 Society to learn more. Through the 1909 Society, donor generosity ensures Louisville Athletics is positioned not just to adapt, but to thrive in the rapidly changing college athletics landscape. Join today and be part of the legacy. Visit gocards.com/1909 Society to learn more.
Louder Than Life, North America's loudest rock and metal festival returns to Louisville this September with My Chemical Romance, Iron Maiden, Tool, Limp Bizkit, plus Pantera, Pierce the Veil, Gojira, Papa Roach, and more. Nearly 200 bands across 7 stages. Louder Than Life at the Kentucky Expo Center, September 17th through 20th. Passes are on sale now at louderthanlifefestival.com.
When design is key to your landscape project, give Walnut Ridge Landscape and Design a call at 812-288-6691. Walnut Ridge has more experience than any landscape company in the area. Remember, Walnut Ridge Landscape and Design. When design is key to your project and you want the most experienced landscaping company in the area. Give Walnut Ridge a call at 812-288-6691. Walnut Ridge Landscape and Design. When design is key.
Guns, gears, and great deals. Say it with me. Everything concealed carry. With over 1,000 firearms in stock, you'll find exactly what you're looking for. Shop SIG, Smith & Wesson, HK, Glock, and more. Plus the best selection of used guns in Louisville. Looking for premium? Check out Kimber, Dan Wesson at Wilson Combat. We pay cash for guns, and we always have specials. Visit Everything Concealed Carry. 10306 Taylorsville Road in the heart of J-Town. Everything Concealed Carry, your best shot at a great deal.
No hot water? Just ask. Visit asiplumbing.com for instant pricing, repair, or replacement options and available appointment times 24/7.
Type it, tap it, no matter the task, just ask at asiplumbing.com.
This Wave Storm Tracking Team forecast is brought to you by Glanz & Buffett Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. Comfort you can count on. Service you can trust since 1923.
We have an absolutely gorgeous Monday on tap with plenty of sunshine, low humidity, and highs in the low 80s. Certainly something you don't often see in August. Once we head into tonight, falling down into the 50s and low 60s with mostly clear skies overhead. From the Wave News Storm Tracking Team, I'm meteorologist Tawana Andrew.
This is Kentuckiana's only locally owned sports talk. The Big X, AM 1450 and 96.1 FM, WXVW Jeffersonville.
Hello? I wish I was a little bit taller. I wish I was a baller. I wish I had a girl who looked good, I would call her. Wish I had a rabbit in a hat with a bat and a 6-point Paula. I wish I was like 6'9" so I could get with Leo.
A little too short on a Monday. Wish it was
no, not too short. Skilo.
Skilo. God, thank you.
Skilo.
Skilo. That's right.
Look at me correcting somebody on how to say a name.
Yeah.
Where has this world become? We got millionaires in trailer parks, men in the WNBA, Trevor correcting grammar.
It's all over the place.
The world is
all
going in.
Everything's falling apart here. Shout out to Skilo. We love. Actually, we had John had a Skilo pacifier where it was it said I wish like they have all these, they make these like and we got one for him that said I wish it was a little bit taller when he was a baby.
Okay.
It was very nice. I enjoyed it. It was a gift for I was like I want this one. Let's get him this one. If we have to get him. And then he ended up being like one of the babies that just did not ever take a pacifier. So actually neither one of our kids ever did didn't want passies.
I wonder if I was a pacifier kid. I don't even know. I mean, obviously.
I was. I don't know either, though. Good.
There's no pictures of me ever with one, so I don't think I did. And I'll probably, you know me, I was probably easy to get to sleep anyway as a kid.
Mom just drugged you?
Yeah, pretty much.
A little bit of NyQuil?
A little NyQuil night. Another NyQuil, whatever.
Yeah, that's fine.
I've got something, I know but we've got so many text messages, we got to get to it.
We do, and I also have to remind the folks that if you've been hurt in an accident or on the job, the Collier Law Firm is the place to go. Give Tony Collier and the crew a call. 502-736-8141. They've been proudly serving this community for over a decade now. They got multiple locations. They know what they're doing. Call them and find out for yourself, or visit them online at collierlawfirm.com, COLYER lawfirm.com. Hurt in an accident or hurt on the job, Collier Law Firm. So are you going to hold on to your thought?
I'm just going to give you a quick and we can talk more about this tomorrow, though.
Okay.
So Peak was out today with KRC, but he was on a trip in Redwood Gorge or something like that over the weekend. And he chimed in for about 10 or 15 minutes today to tell us a story that happened Saturday night at the campsite. Apparently, him and his wife were just hanging out, and out of nowhere, a car pulls up, a woman screaming bloody murder from the car.
Ooh.
And his wife is like, we're going to the cabin right now. And Pete's like, okay, I guess. And they go in, and apparently this girl gets out of the car and comes to their front door and starts knocking on it. Do you answer the door?
Yes.
You answer the door?
Yeah.
Really, wouldn't even let me in his freaking house.
Well, no.
Get the girl from The Ring shows up in his house.
I mean, a girl screaming?
And she's like, you hear a girl screaming from the car. Like, remember, you're in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, I'm not like, hey, like, get in here, but I'm opening the door and
she's like,
what
she's acting very, like, panicking and kind of being.
Yeah, I'm not just, like, leaving her out there.
So Peak he opened the door as well. You guys are braver than I am, or nicer, dumber even maybe. I guess no one's ever seen a horror movie other than us. But he opens the door, and apparently she's, like, freaking out. She's, like, asking for directions to this place. Again, you're in the middle of nowhere. So she's asking for directions, and like, she can't get service, so she wants to use their Wi-Fi. And then eventually a car comes in and picks her up, and they all leave.
So he did the right thing.
Maybe he just also embedded in a kidnapping, for all we know.
I don't think so.
I'm curious to get more details tomorrow on the show from him about this, because I don't know. I mean, imagine just sitting there in the woods. It's like 10 o'clock at night.
Okay, and what if you just stay in the cabin, you don't unlock the door, and then 5 minutes later somebody shows up and just kills her?
Yeah, well,
would you feel bad?
I'd be alive.
Well, yeah, but you also would have been, you could have prevented a murder.
Possibly. What if I open the door, let her in, and the same murderer kills her, then kills me?
What, you mean you would not open the door for the murderer?
Well, I didn't know how close the murderer is.
You would be able to see them.
How do I know
you don't open the door?
By the way, how do I know she's not the murderer?
You don't. Sometimes you have to take a leap of faith, Trev, to help out people. Let's go to the Gameday Men's Health text line, 502-414-1450. Text says we've also been, this is actually the one that I was also thinking. Travis Etienne, he came out when he was in the NFL for his second year and was like, yeah, you don't say my last name is Etienne, it's H-N. I'm from Louisiana, that's how they always say it. I think they said he got to Clemson and everybody just called him that without asking, and he just rolled with it.
Really? Because that's what they did with his brother Florida, too. They called him Trevor Etienne.
This kid in the backpack just walked right up to the window. Just gave him a thumbs up. Thumbs up, buddy. And your dad. There you go.
That's kind of nice you are. You would open the door in the cabin in the cabin in the woods for a stranger.
For sure. Little Dumper says,
in the movie, but
Little Dumper says, Chris the Plumber at the game with penis canter freedom? ? Come on. Also, I would like a moment of silence for La Bamba. My taste buds will miss them, but my bowels have been granted mercy. Okay, so I said this on Twitter. I will now say it on the show. This big story came out over the weekend that La Bamba, burritos as big as your head, is going to close permanently. Am I crazy? Or I feel like this has happened 4 times in the last 10 years. I know we've talked about this on the radio where I'm like, oh, R.I.P. to La Bamba. And people are like, oh, I missed that 2011. There's no better drunk food than La Bamba. Now I'm starting to think that they're just doing this for attention, and then everybody forgets that they've done this, and they go back into business because people are like, We got to support them until and then they close again 3 years later.
I thought they were closed like a decade ago.
It's probably because they were, or they announced it.
It's been a long time. I only went there like twice. Did you go there a lot?
I never went to La Bamba.
I went there, and the reason I went there the first time was because my buddy asked me to go on like this blind date. And it was some girl he wanted to hook up, and he's like, her roommate's going to be there. I want you to kind of play interference with her. You know what I'm saying?
Wingman.
Yeah. I'm like, all right, you can't, me, I'm beggars can't be choosers. I'm like, sure. I kid you not, dude. We walk in there, and here comes Macy Gray walking up to me.
Second Macy Gray reference to the
Well, that's why, because I actually talked about this earlier on KRC. That's why I did that. And yeah, I mean, I was like, and I just remember we looked at each other. I'm like, dude, here's the deal. We're gonna go get some papers, and we're gonna go to La Bamba. And if it's open, we ain't coming back. He was like, well, if they're closed, I was like, then we'll go to Taco Bell. We ain't coming back. And that's what we did. But we went to La Bamba, and they were open. That was the only time I went there. It was I enjoyed it. It was good. Granted, I was like 3 a.m.
Texas won't translate well to radio, but I had to snap a pic of this record I found while browsing yesterday. Didn't know you were so talented, Mike. Oh, this is the old Mike Rutherford from Genesis. People actually have bought me like Mike Rutherford albums, and I'm like, I appreciate it. I don't know what to do with it.
Mike and the Mechanics, by the way.
Yeah, but it's Mike Rutherford.
Am I the mechanic?
No, you're nothing.
Is there any other Mike Rutherfords other than you two? I mean,
I'm sure there are.
Let me rephrase that, because there's other Trevor Kelce's living in Louisville,
of course,
who probably hate because of me now. But I mean, is there another famous Mike Rutherford other than you and him?
Probably somewhere.
I didn't know. I was just curious.
Speedy Tom says Trevor college fantasy draft tonight at 7:30.
Yep.
Boom.
Told you, me and Papa and Speedy have a draft tonight. Who should I take first?
Isaac
Brown?
Ronnie Brown.
Ronnie Brown.
Texas Pat should absolutely have way more heat on him. I don't really care what London was paid, but he has not proven to build rosters well so far. Despite the coach up the road not being very strong, they have no question a legit roster. If we're going to go all in, go all in. No reason to waste roster spots on Ellis and London, not to mention that easily could be $1 million down the drain. If we're going to spend big, let's spend the biggest. This is on PK and Josh. There is no reason we should not have a legit GM in place to make these decisions and dictate the salary cap. This starts at the top with insanely pathetic leadership in the AD office. Josh, your days are numbered. Is that Riddler's burner?
Yeah, really.
Man, it's fired up. Texas, look, I asked people if I was going too easy on him, and some people were saying yes. Chris Plummer says, Mike's stories are like, so I was at Lakeside last week hanging with Michael Jordan. SMH, this guy. I said that we went to Lakeside.
You were name dropping heavy today, by the way.
Well, I was just trying to because I knew people were going to be like, oh, was it Chris Mack when I was talking about texting with the coach? And I wanted to get that out of the way. It's not Doug. It's not Chris Mack.
There he goes again.
Just saying. 2 people.
And Cunningham.
And Kristen Cunningham. Was not Kristen Cunningham. I love Kristen. Kristen Plummer says, I'm putting the heat on Pat Kelsey. He's gotten everything he wants. He better win. If he doesn't, I want to see more money allocated to football because I believe in Jeff Brom. I think he's a big-time coach and can win a national championship with the talent some of these top-tier schools get. This, in my opinion, is a big year for PK. How much do you think that goes into it, the notion that if Jeff Brom were getting the type of money that like Miami and Michigan and Ohio State have been getting, that he would be winning national titles because he's got the goods, and people aren't as sure that Pat Kelsey is of that caliber? I feel like that's at least some element to this.
I hope he doesn't want to leave and go get that money somewhere because, yes, it's like Miami. Miami's got all the money. They got out of town. They're being held back by a coach.
I think so, too.
Like, if they were to go out and want to get a Brom, but, yeah. I love how everybody hates on Pat Kelsey. It proves what we were just saying, or you brought up as well, in a new world. This guy's going in year 3. Coming off the 2 most disastrous years we'd ever had before he took over in program history. In year 3, and it's safe to say that each year our roster has been better going into the season. Is it not?
I think so. I
mean, every year the roster has improved.
You could make a case for last year for sure, that being more talented than this year's roster. I think, but
yeah, but I mean,
I tend to lean towards this year's.
So yeah, I think it's again. Let's see it on the court, but. Short of that, I don't think there should be heat right now. That's just not a Kelsey love thing.
Every conversation we have about this always ends at the same place, which is if he wins, none of this matters.
Exactly.
Go out there, win big this year. Everything's good, and we'll give you more money to keep doing it next year. Texas, it's amount plus interest since we're borrowing the funds. The whole program should be held accountable. We're borrowing some of the funds. Some of it's donated. Some of it is being borrowed. Texas blowing substantial money on a guy that never plays a second is honestly infuriating. PK absolutely needs to explain his rationale on bringing in a guy that really wasn't looking like a great addition anyway. Louisville isn't a place to blow these kinds of resources. Got to be smarter. I mean, I think
we have for the program. The basketball program can blow a little money away a little bit here and there. I think.
Here's one of the problems with that, though, and maybe one of the reasons why we're seeing. I'm kind of surprised. So many people that are like, "Yeah, he should be criticized for this." The money that we're spending on basketball is like the fans are kind of bearing some of the brunt too. Prices keep going up to attend home games. Parking keeps going up. Concessions have been going up. Like it is more expensive to attend a Louisville basketball game now than ever before. And part of that is because they're trying to generate as much revenue as they possibly can so that we can field championship caliber teams. And when that's the goal, people are like, like we gave $600,000 to London Johnson if we did, and he never played a second. That money could have cut a lot of prices off tickets. We could have used that money to help us not have to pay $125 to sit 5,000 feet away at the upper level of the Yum to watch us play Virginia Tech on a random Tuesday. Like people are upset about that as well.
And so those same people though that like 10 years ago were like, pay the kids. You don't know whether it's going to open up. I don't care. They deserve to get paid.
Well, you don't know that they were the same people.
Probably were.
Texas, yo, Mikey, any news on tailgates, meetups in Nashville? I'm bringing my Ole Miss grad friend to the game, so I need to see him. I need him to see an impressive gathering. I think I shared one of the locations yesterday. It's, I think, the Honky Tonk Bar.
Sounds about right for Nashville.
Yeah, I'll find it and I'll reshare it here. I know it's been on the website as well.
What's the Nashville? Is it Broadway or
Broadway?
Probably, yeah. I've been there. But I was only 20, so I really couldn't go anywhere. We were just hanging out outside drinking kind of out of a bag.
Texas, I'm not buying the UK hype at all. Pope is a lame duck head coach, and their roster is just all right. Same position as next year, Sweet 16 max. Assuming we get Trimble, we'll beat him in Lex. I mean, I've been pretty consistent on my belief that Mark Pope will be let go at the end of the season. They've got a better roster now than I thought they were going to, for sure. But if they go to a Sweet 16 this year as like a 4 seed, is that good enough? I feel like it's good enough to get them a year 4, but I feel like it's not good enough to have the fan base have their overwhelming faith in you.
If they lose to the 1 in a close game, yeah. If they get beat by like a 9 seed that snuck out of there and get blown out, that's a different story.
Agreed.
It's never black and white, but it's given. Yeah, the vicinity isn't right.
Texas, I see the Phallic Tongues roster has obviously improved from last year's team. Momcilovic and Mitchell are both excellent offensive players, but Pope has never coached a good defensive team, and that will likely be their weakness. I predict another 20-10 type season with a big debate on whether Pope should stick around.
If he's 20-10, there's not going to be much debate.
Texas, Rob Doster has now reviewed Louisville's roster twice and has not mentioned Bojang once, leading me to believe that he has no idea how to pronounce his name. In the U of L UK roster breakdown on Field of 68, he just mentions a talented 4-star freshman.
There's a good chance he may have brain farted in the middle of a sentence and just forgot his name and when played that card, the talented 4-star freshman kid.
Texas, how many losses, including a loss to us, would UK need to have for Pope to be fired before the new year? I mean, like Trev just said, it's more nuanced than that, but I feel like if they have I think if they're like a 6-7 seed or anything below that doesn't make a run in the tournament, I think he'll be fired.
If they're a 6 and below seed and they don't make a Final Four, he's probably gone.
I think it probably should be. Yeah. Texas, shout out to that mid-major coach. Sounds like a smart guy. Probably could have used $600K for a kicker. Also, Family Matters has my favorite theme song, Bleep Slaps.
What is that? What happened to
Predictability.
Yeah,
Milkman, the Paperboy,
Evening TV.
No, that's Full House.
Oh, you're right.
That is Full House. Family Matters.
Because it sounds just like the same.
They sound so similar. Whatever happened.
No,
Family Matters was the days go.
Yeah.
It's the little things. The family. And then it ends with the same. How does that start, though?
I don't remember.
It's a rare condition this day and age to read any good news on the newspaper page. Which I think both of those things are basically like, things used to be better, but now we can still be okay. Families are fine. Like, both those are like, whatever happened, like days in the past were better, but now we're just trying to do our best here in the 90s. Which every theme song now is like the 90s were the best time ever. Things suck now.
It was either when it goes far back to now. Like, I mean, of All in the Family, the theme song was those were the days.
Boy, the way Glenn Miller played. The Riddler says Lithuania is the land of the beautiful basketball. They've got good basketball.
I always think Lithuania's a good team. And they've got,
Ohio guy says Crystal Palmer sees nothing wrong with the executive using the N-word on a conference call. Texas says, as much as I hate to agree with Trevor, these people would 100% cheer for Watson if he didn't suck. And he's got a picture of the happy endings are not illegal Browns fan.
I mean, look, if there's one thing
we got to go quicker.
I know, but if there's one franchise that's going to overlook it for a winner, it's got to be the Browns, right?
Probably.
Okay.
Texas Kobe Bryant's birthday was yesterday. Okay. Today is 8/24 where we honor Kobe's 2 jerseys. It's Mamba Day. Okay. Wisconsin guy says Kenyan twins, not Irish twins.
I don't know.
I've never heard that.
That's the Jed York reference.
Scoot Tater said, hand up. Mike had me with the Boston College joke. My initial thought was, how the turns have tabled.
I mean, you had me too, dude. I was like, what the bleep?
Sexualist Nick Coffey's on-air reaction to Sad to Cincy was an all-timer. I can't imagine being on the air and having to deal with that news. It was so shocking. I get like, my phone was going off, and that's what woke me up.
Yeah.
Texas, I will never eat Skyline chili. I don't care if they did take Sat off our hands.
Oh, no, dude. Come on, no. I'll eat a salad for Braum. I'll eat Skyline chili to get rid of Sat.
Also says Tyler Barron, who then went on to Miami. Yes, and he was actually really good.
That's right, yeah.
Texas, December 5th is also the date that Teddy went off against Cincy in 2012. Couldn't be more perfect. Okay, that's it. It's solidified. Day. That's Sat Day. Let's go.
If I eat too much Skyline chili, there'll definitely be a Sat Day.
Texas, Trevor, you ate a salad, and I used the term loosely, and we went to the ACC title game. You need to eat one before the season starts. We did do a redo at one point, and you ended up doing it.
Yeah. I technically did eat 2 salads, right?
Yeah, I think so. Texas, sounds to me like the 49ers need a Baja Blast zone in the facilities. Texas, rubbing one out in the car might be a worse crime. Murphy's Law says a kid or a cop would walk by.
He's actually got a point there. It might not be. It's not a good idea, dude.
No, I mean, I think that's still a better alternative than $140 to a trailer park hooker, right?
I mean, it depends. Again, I want to see. Let's see. Well, I'm a firm believer in the legalization of prostitution, dude.
I know you are.
So I'm not. I have no shame.
I am too, to be fair.
Yeah, I have no shame. If we legalize it and tax it, it could be very profitable for everybody.
I think you still need to be shamed for being worth $500 million.
Oh yeah,
and paying $140 to have trailer.
If you're worth that much, there's no way you should pay less than $2,000 for your hookup.
Texas says, hey Mike, what week does that Baylor team play Trinity? It would be kind of cool to see Peyton Manning's son slinging some pigskin. Is he starting because he entered that game in the third quarter? I saw.
I just saw the headline. I didn't even see
I saw the pass that he threw. They play Trinity week 3. No, I'm wrong. They play Trinity September 11th.
Didn't he have like a cool? What's his name?
I don't know.
Marshall. It's like Marshall Manning or something. Yeah, it sounds like a made up name, but it sounds
Yeah, Trinity plays the number 1 team in Missouri this week, and then they play Moeller, and then they play Baylor, who's very good apparently. Texas says, hopefully the Braun brothers will be at that game doing a little bit of recruiting. Yeah. Texas, I don't know if I was a dumb bleeper or just a thumb sucker. That rhymes, but
yeah, is that what he said when he got arrested, the Jed York guy? When he told the cops.
I don't know if that would have helped or hurt the cause.
That would have been great, though, wouldn't it?
I guess.
Can you picture him now saying that?
No,
sir. Can you explain yourself? Yeah, I'm just a dumb bleeper.
I'm just a dumb bleeper. Maybe. Whatever he didn't work. Texas, Mike, I'm sure the place you're thinking of is Honky Tonk Central. I think that sounds right.
Yeah.
They're doing both a pregame and a postgame party.
Nice.
So I know that U of L fans will be welcome there. It's on Broadway. That's where all the people will be. So you've got, I think we play volleyball against somebody good. It's like Texas. We have a volleyball match.
Wait, we don't play good in volleyball?
Well, I mean, I think we play Indiana this week. They're not great.
Oh, well, good.
But we play somebody really good. I think it's at 11 a.m. or at noon. It's several hours. It's well before the football game. So go to that. Go to the Honky Tonk Central. Drink there. Party there. Go watch us beat Ole Miss. Back to Honky Tonk Central. Tear the place. No, not literally. Tear the place up though. Celebrate, and then you're back home for Labor Day.
I'm the only one when every time he say honky tonk, I think of the wrestler.
Honky Tonk Man?
Yeah.
I love it.
You know, it's Jerry Lawler's cousin.
I did because you told me the last time we talked about it.
How would you remember that?
Because I was telling the story about how he was the one.
You were telling it to other people?
No, to you. It was the one toy that I could never get. Like,
okay.
He was always gone. And then I stumbled upon him one day at Target, and it was like the gods were shining upon me. They wanted me to have that Honky Tonk Man toy. And then you started giving me Honky Tonk Man facts. Texas, since NFL players are eligible to play college ball, who is the one non-Lamar Louisville player that you would bring back for this team? Give me Sheldon Rankins to tear up the interior D-line. Sheldon Rankins is a great pick.
Is Mikael Cunningham still available?
What would you want him for?
We use him in packages or something. I don't know. I thought he'd actually be. I'm thinking of somebody that actually could play. Like, not could play, but like be eligible to play, where Sheldon Rankins wouldn't be.
As much as Sheldon Rankins is good because I think we're all a little bit worried about the interior D-line.
Oh, okay.
But I would also, should we go with, wouldn't the safe play be like Teddy for a quarterback, right?
Can he play a whole season?
Well, I'm saying in their prime.
Oh, well, yeah.
Give me Teddy back.
What about Lincoln? Are you miss?
It's still a game. We've never seen him play a game. It's still a gamble. Teddy's a sure thing. Bring him back. That's who I would take. Let's make a prediction for the night ahead in sports. Reminder, these are brought to you by our guy, Chad Hennessy at InsurMax. He's been probably serving the little area for over 25 years. Give him a call at InsurMax today, 502-479-4085. Sports on TV tonight. We've got baseball. We've got WNBA. We've got nothing else. We've got a Little League World Series. We've got Saudi Pro League Soccer. Why is that on FS2? Who do we blame for this? We've also got women's college volleyball. Texas at Marquette. Oh, FS1 has the Reds game tonight against the Giants. I don't want to.
Mike, just remember, 5 more days, and you don't have to worry. 4 more days.
Well, we already don't talk about that.
We don't have to worry about this anymore because on Friday we're predicting football. I can't wait. And then after that,
the Mike Rutherford Show.
Every day. That's how I would reacted if I was Peak. The way you just reacted.
AVCA first serve tonight. We'll do women's college volleyball. It's on FS2 at 8 o'clock. Texas at Marquette. Both two very good programs, 2 top 25 programs. Who gets it done tonight, Trev?
Say those again. I'm sorry.
Texas Marquette.
Texas Marquette in volleyball?
Yes.
Oh, wow. Texas. Longhorns.
Give me Texas, but it takes 4 sets to get there. Nice road win at Al McGuire Center. All right, everyone enjoy their Monday evening. We're back tomorrow at 2:30. Until then, go Cards.
Hello? I wish I was a little bit taller. I wish I was a baller. I wish I had a girl who looked good, I would call her. Wish I had a rabbit in a hat with a bat and 6'4" and ball. I wish I was like 6'9" so I can get with Leoshi, cause she don't know me, but yo, she's really fine. You know, I see her all the time, everywhere I go, and even in my dreams, I can scheme a way to make her mine.
The Mike Rutherford Show was brought to you by United Mechanical. John Burke's United Mechanical is your trusted partner for commercial and industrial HVAC, electrical, plumbing, and refrigeration needs. Call United Mechanical at 502-339-1133. Go Cards.
Hey there, New Albany. This is Mayor Jeff Gahan. It's another year here in our River City, and what better time to show your support for our high school's athletic programs. Whether it's basketball or football, track and field or soccer, swimming or tennis, our Bulldogs are giving it their all on the field and court. So let's rally behind them, New Albany. Come out to the games, cheer them on, and let's make some noise. Let's show everyone what it means to be a part of the best city in Southern Indiana. Go Bulldogs.
Guns, Gears, Deal. It's everything concealed carry. With over 1,000 firearms in stock, we've got what you're looking for. Fast. SIG, Smith & Wesson, HK, Glock, plus the best selection of used guns in Louisville. Looking for premium? Kimber, Dan Wesson, Wilson Combat. Selling? We've got selling. We pay cash for guns, and we always have specials. Don't wait. Get in today. Everything Concealed Carry, 10306 Taylorsville Road in the heart of J-Town. Everything Concealed Carry. Serious selection, serious value.
Hey football fans, Louisville football is set to take on returning college football playoff semifinalist Ole Miss in Nashville over Labor Day weekend. The game will be played at Nissan Stadium on Sunday, September 6th. Get tickets now at gocards.com/Music City. Want to catch the Cards at home this season? Visit gocards.com